Hi everyone, I am Akshay and welcome to my channel Gacha Gaming. So the version 5.0 released yesterday. I know I am a day late, but here we are. So we went through the Act 1 and Act 2 together, and today we will be going through the Act 3 and Act 4 of Archon Quest 5 of Genshin Impact. Until now we found out that Natlan is always under attacks from Abyss, and that 500 years ago there something happened with the ley lines or such that Natlan is destined to be destroyed in the current time, mainly in few months or years, I assume. And Mavuika is actually a reincarnated Archon. She reincarnated herself in the future so that she can find a way to save Natlan from all of this. So the way to save all of them is we use some sort of name bearers, ancient name bearers, who fight against Abyss, and during their fight, if one of them or all of them dies, but even one of them is able to defeat the Abyss monsters, all of them could be resurrected back. And this is what is known as Ode to Resurrection, which was initially the name said to the Archon Quest of Natlan. And in the end we found out that there are supposed to be 6 ancient name bearers from every tribe from Natlan. And currently the only name bearers we know are Shilonen, Kinich, Mualani, and I think it was Jansen, but we are yet to confirm who those other 2 name bearers are meant to be. If I am to assume, I think one of them is going to be Ororon, but yep, we will have to see what does it actually means and what does it will actually mean going forward. So yes, without wasting any further time, let's just jump right into it. So I am going to start with the Archon Quest Act 3. All names are noble, also known as Beyond the Smoke and Mirrors. So we will have to see what does it show.
I see. Thank you so much. The Adventurers Guild has been overwhelmed these days.
No worries at all. We've always valued the strength of adventurers. Given the current situation, it's vital that we all work together. Since we're facing the same enemies, I'll send you the intel we've collected on the Abyss so far. Then we can take a look at how to coordinate our efforts.
All right. Thank you so much.
Hi, Catherine. It's us. Got any new commissions?
You two have come just in time. I've got some good news. The Pyro Archon has finished assembling her forces and stationed them all across Natlan. Given how the Abyss has ramped up its activities lately, we can no longer afford to act only after receiving news of an invasion. So the Pyro Archon suggested that the Scions of the Canopy and the Adventurers Guild focus on collecting and disseminating intel. That way, we can stay informed of everything that's happening across the land. Once we receive word of enemy activity, we can notify the nearest camp and the stationed forces can take immediate action.
Yep, that will lead to a faster response
Yes,
time.
precisely. This should also allow us to focus on gathering information rather than running around and trying to tackle everything at once. So please also take a chance to relax, you two. You've been working hard these days, and this will be a good opportunity for some well-deserved rest.
So that's the plan. Whew, we can finally stop and take a break.
But the threat of the Abyss is still far from over, but the less work we take, the less I think we will go with the threat of the Abyss.
It's not like Paimon just wanted
The movements of the Abyss are always unpredictable. There have also been times when it suddenly became more active in the past. The people here generally see it as something like an acute natural disaster. Once the disaster is over, everyone will return to their normal lives. We just all hope that day will be sooner rather than later.
Okay, so it kinda seems like the
Just how bad the situation has gotten in the Night Kingdom.
entirely on some sort of a red alert at all the time, but still people like to enjoy themselves.
Oh, hey, Kachina.
Yep, I heard that Kachina and it was Casca. Oh, sorry, it was Kinich. So we are not going to get any voice lines from these two. It is some sort of due to English voice actor strike or something. I saw some posts from Genshin as well due to some issues with recording sessions. So I think we are not going to get any voice lines from Kachina and Kinich. So I think that's what it is. Now really isn't the time to stay at home and recover. Anyway, I wanted to do something to help. I heard that Pyro Icon is gathering warriors to be stationed in more remote areas, so I came here to sign up. Impressive, Kachina. Don't push yourself too much. Yep, you already died last time. Don't think I haven't heard about all the things you have been doing. With everyone working so hard, I've got to do my part too. By the way, Shilonen told me she was ordered to forge you an ancient name. She said that she's all set and we can head over whenever we are ready. Oh, wow.
So we'll finally get to meet Shilonen, the legendary forger of ancient names. Paimon still can't believe anyone could forge those things.
Well, if anyone can do anything, it's gotta be Shilonen. Yep. So you usually have to wait a while before she finishes something. In that case, though she's completely cleared her schedule just to work with you, she wants to give your name her full attention. Then we should probably thank her when we meet. Yep. I have already signed up as a warrior, so all I have to do for now is wait for my assignment. If it's okay, maybe we can go see Shilonen together. Yep, I think...
Hey, have some confidence in yourself, Kachina.
Yep.
After all, you're already a victor of the Night Warden Wars.
Yep. Everyone's so proud of you. You are the future of your tribe. Everyone's so proud of you. Maybe I'll just find a hole in the ground to jump into and hide for a while. Okay. Beyond the smoke and mirrors. Okay, the quest is currently involved in the quest. What does it said? Enable focused experience mode. Enable. So I am just going to not focus on those two world quests. I will just quickly complete this Archon quest. Go to the Children of Echoes. This is from the Natlan Archon quest, right? I mean, from what I heard from the trailer, Shilonen's voice actor and from the character I've been playing is actually quite amazing. So I would look forward to listening more to her voice and to see how Shilonen is as a character. She kind of seems sassy, cool, but how will the character play out is we'll have to see. Okay, where is Shilonen? Leopard. Shilonen, I have bought the person who needs an ancient name. He's really worthy of a hero's name.
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation.
Well, we are not
Wait,
young.
Are you Outlanders?
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in Natlan not too long ago.
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just no one told me that you're Outlanders. No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged himself to the plan. but we'd need to forge an ancient name to ensure he'd be able to return safe and sound. And she did mention that it would be quite difficult to forge an ancient name for them, but at the time, I thought she was just commenting on my skills. But I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now.
You will have to start a new generation
I
from
didn't go
them.
that far. I'm used to it, really. I just need a moment to process things. The Pyro Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Honestly, it's probably for the better that she didn't bring this up at the time. Anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my anger out on someone else.
Yep.
But, just because I understand her rationale doesn't make me any less upset. After all, she must have known that forging an ancient name for an Outlander is an impossible task.
And that's why she trusts you.
As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's spirit and glory, which grows even richer and heavier as generations of successors inherit it. We forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name.
Okay. Recording their adventure had felt like they could do anything. But I think what she meant was in Natlan's. Yep.
Outside of Natlan.
She meant inside Natlan.
Yeah, that's right.
How we got
And those
disappointed.
deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in Natlan, as an Outlander, your actions still wouldn't have been recorded by our lands. Only
Oh.
memories and experiences that have been acknowledged by the Wyab can be used as a basis for an ancient name. Even the greatest of craftsmen cannot create something out of thin air, you know. That's just how it is.
Seems the Wyab don't want just anyone to get a name, huh?
Mavuika,
Kinda makes
all
sense.
People should know better than anyone, yet she's still entrusted the task of forging the ancient name to me.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being asked to do the impossible.
I think it's just the reverse. She kinda like it.
Ugh, don't remind me. Let's just focus on how we can pull this off. How to achieve the impossible.
You mean you're already willing to accept the task?
Oh yeah.
What else can I do? What's happened is already done, and it's not like I can outright defy the order of my Archon. If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of her plan, and that I'll be able to find a way to make it happen.
Kinda makes
In other
sense.
words, the order is an affirmation of my abilities.
Ah.
Oh, not only has she accepted the task, but now she's looking for silver linings?
That's how much she and the Pyro Archon trust each other.
The key is getting the Wyab to somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence and record his heroic deeds.
We heard the voice of a Wyab when we were in the Night Kingdom before. We even had a whole conversation with her. If we can talk to her again, maybe we can figure something out together.
Well, every tribe has their own Wyab. How do we know if the one you met is indeed the best one for us to talk to? Plus, considering the unprecedented nature of this situation, I have a feeling that the acknowledgement of one Wyab alone would probably not be enough.
So maybe we need to gain the acknowledgement of all 6 Vyab.
I don't know. That requires a level of knowledge that I do not possess.
So who does?
You need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things Night Kingdom and Wyab. The
Sitlali.
first person who comes
What?
to mind is Seatlali at the Masters of the Nightwind. The one we call Granny Eats Talit.
Granny? I mean, I have seen her in trailer. She does not at all look like a granny. So what does that mean? She is an elder who has been living for a long time but has a young appearance, or it's just a pun?
Oh, we've heard that name before. We used her spirit speaker stone to find Kachina's ancient name. A person who can make something like that must be pretty impressive. I'm sure she'd be able to help.
Well, all we can do is
She's
try.
older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up in her room and doesn't like to be disturbed. I've heard that to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her and know how to keep her spirit up.
Okay.
I hate to break
She probably won't be happy with us.
Why is that? I mean, didn't she already help you before? And you even managed to save Kachina.
Because we broke her device.
At the cost of her spirit speaker stone being
Split in two.
Great going, Mavuika. We're already off to a rocky start here.
Ah, that's the line from the trailer.
In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro Archon.
Okay.
Hopefully, Lali would still want to show respect to the Archon.
Hmm.
I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention some good things about you, then that should help too.
And I think we are going to see a lot of talking now.
Hal won't interrupt when he's talking, though.
All right.
We will meet a
He is
lot of
negotiator.
people.
I trust that he'll know the best things to say.
I'll go contact him right now.
Please just give me a moment to write the letter, and we can meet up near the Statue of the Seven later.
Okay, mommy.
Sounds good. We'll take a stroll in the meantime.
Oh. Man, all this talking makes me so sleepy. Kinich makes his way over after some time. What happened for an apology in person?
Kanich. It's just that you're probably the only person who knows how to deal with her.
It's alright, we are working for the sake of Pyro Archon's plan after all. Everyone here understands how dire the situation has become.
Oh, wait, so Kachina and the Traveler also know about the plan?
Oh yeah, bro. Because also Hero of the Past rematerialized right before our eyes, and then Mualani said the return of her memory suddenly flowed her brain. The Pyro Archon explained everything when we came back from the Night Kingdom, including the reason behind the appearance of the hero, as well as the current state of the Night Kingdom.
Right. She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already been acknowledged.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us. Having companions walk by your side is perhaps the best solace when facing such a bleak reality.
I have another piece of intel to share. We have pretty much identified the person who rescued the captain in the stadium of the... His name is Ororon, and he also hails from the Master of the Night Wind. However, he spent... Why is it so fast? Let's read me. By the time Citlali finally realized that he was gone, no one has heard from him for a quite while. Okay.
Citlali knows him too?
I mean, he is from the same tribe from Citlali, right? Obviously, she was meant to know him. Ororon was an offer raid by the Chief of Master of the Night Wing and many other kind-hearted people in this tribe. Still, he's had something of an odd reputation his whole life. Odd, huh?
Given how the Masters of the Night Wind love to babble about dreams and revelations, they're already a pretty strange bunch to most.
Okay.
I've never met Ororon, but if they consider him the odd one, he's got to be pretty far out there.
That's right. So, in that sense, Ororon and Citlali already have quite a bit in common. That is why they got along pretty well.
Makes sense. But Paimon wonders how Citlali could be the first one to notice Auroron's disappearance if she spends the whole day in her room.
Kinda makes sense. Well, as of now, we still haven't been able to confirm whether Ororon joined the Fatui voluntarily or if he was coerced. Citlali is probably eager to prove that Ororon hasn't betrayed his people. I plan to use this as leverage when I go to talk with her.
So, if I'm following, you mean we'll help her investigate Ororon and the captain's whereabouts?
Ah, nice. So if you're already on the board with the idea, then it becomes a mutually beneficial collaboration, rather than just a one-sided request. Even though I don't think Citlali is the kind of person to turn down an order from the Pyro Archon, working together with us will help her focus and not get distracted by the whole Ororon situation. Good idea. This way we can get 2 birds with 1 stone. I kinda like the idea.
We kinda owe her one anyway to make up for breaking the spirit speaker's down.
It will also give us an idea of what is actually going with Ororon and Capitano as well. Maybe we might get to see what's Capitano's deal in all of it. I mean, why did he did what he did?
Yeah, this is a pretty well thought out plan. As expected of Mollypo Kanich. Then, yeah, I'll leave my letter to you. Let's hope Citlali can meet at the stadium in 2 days.
Aha. Sure, I'll be head out right away. Take care out there, Kinich. Bye bye. There are still a few things I need to pack.
Okay, then let's part ways for now. I'll see you in a couple of days.
Bye, Shilonen. In a couple of days. Wait until morning of the day after tomorrow. Time travel time! Today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Yep, I think it can be count as a morning.
I've had a plan on the
Oh, it's time to meet up with Shilonen. Let's ask her how things have been going.
Shilonen meeting Shilonen.
How's everything going?
Oh, hi, Traveler and Paimon. I have bad news. Lolly did not reply to our request. Although, I suppose I'm not too surprised.
Okay.
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give Kanichi a response? Guess she really does have quite the ego then.
Yeah, well, she can be also quite eccentric, though she's one of the most gifted people around. Even the Masters of the Night Wind often struggle to work with her. My guess is that she probably has other reasons for not deigning us with a response. But let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there. If we do get a chance to talk to her in person, we can still try to work something out.
That's true. Let's go!
So it kind of seems like Citlali has much of an irritated type of personality. Oh, the radius was this big. You arrived at the stadium. I expected Citlali is not there.
Paimon doesn't see anybody. Seems she's just not gonna show up, huh?
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could, but she's under no obligation to help.
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro Archon, right? Shouldn't the subject always answer the call of their Archon?
Subject.
A subject? Well, if you ask me, I'd say we're all more like friends with the Archon.
Ah.
Yes, Mavuika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of tall barrier between us and her. The only thing is that she often has very high expectations of us.
Yep.
Huh. So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down to earth and easy to get along with.
Yep.
Unlike that old hag Granny Eatstily, right? Does she think she can ignore us just because she's famous?
Ah, not the first impression you would like to give.
She's some kind of huge deal, but she didn't even bother to reply to our letter. Seriously, if she didn't want to come, she could at least let us know. If that's what aging does to you, Paimon never wants to get old.
Oh, really? So, that's how you see me?
Who's there? Who's talking next to Paimon?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right? Come on, relax. I'm sure my bark's worse than my bite.
Huh? Lolly.
Wait, you're Lolly? You're Granny Eatstily?
Yes, Granny Eatsley. But emphasis on Eatsley, not Granny.
You just don't look like a granny at all, man.
Ah, you must know this trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl next door who turns out to be a seasoned veteran. The wise sage who looks like a little kid. Oh, wipe that look off your face! You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay, well, don't go thinking it's a trick either. See? I'm barely wearing any makeup.
Did I forget to mention, she's called Granny, but she's actually pretty young.
And you were complaining about the pyro Archon leaving things out. Yeah,
It was
obviously.
an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used to it.
I'm sorry. So, how old are you actually?
What? How dare you? Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady her age?
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you. It's just that your case seems really unique.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Paimon just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more and more of her foot in her mouth. Really, Paimon just got a little mad since we thought, well, you were gonna leave us out to dry.
Well, expected reaction.
It was my idea to invite you here, Seat Lolly. So if you're upset, you can just take it out on me.
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so seriously. If anything, I'm gonna feel awkward if we keep this going. I received Kenichi's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already decided to come, I figured there was no need to draft a reply that simply said, "Understood." Besides, just showing up is the most important part. No?
You need to at least know the
But,
people
of course,
who call you that you are coming.
it's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house. It certainly was a bit awkward to see that everyone else had arrived before me. At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology. Only to hear you all talking smack about me.
Her eyes.
Anyway, that's the whole story. Honestly, it's not like I owed you an explanation anyway.
She's a tsundere.
What's with that expression? Was she feeling embarrassed just now?
Mm-hmm. She's a tsundere. So what are we going to do?
When the Masters of the Night Wind say they struggle dealing with her, I wonder if the feeling is mutual. She seems to be pretty awkward herself. Everything she does and says seems a little forced.
Anyway, Shilonen, I heard that you require my help in crafting an ancient name.
Yep.
Correct. The situation isn't like anything we've handled before. Let me explain.
Go ahead.
I see. So Mavuika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an outlander. Well, that would be a first. And you've also heard all about Auroron. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the Fatui of his own volition. He must have been coerced somehow.
We will know once we find him.
Yeah, that's what we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Auroron back if you help us solve the problems of forging the ancient name. What do you think?
Kinda seems a win-win deal for her.
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me take a good look at you. Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. Yet again and again, you've braved them to find new worlds.
Okay, so she kinda got the idea that by traveler we just don't mean that we're a traveler in Natlan, we actually are a traveler of worlds.
A weary yet free soul. Even the most verdant leaf in the forest will pray for your happiness and safe passage.
So it kinda seems like we have a connection with Natlan.
Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero, along with the conviction to lift a torch above your head and walk headlong into the night. Huh? Don't move. There's something here.
Yeah, it's called Paimon.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the Trevor gonna be okay?
It's gonna be okay, Paimon.
Ah, shoo!
Oh, we had some abyssal residue.
That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still stuck to your body. No need to worry. I've just cleared out the last of them.
Okay.
Isn't that kinda like having part of a ghost come back with you?
I don't think so.
It's nothing as serious as that. If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up some chaos in your mind, and generally worsen your mood.
Oh.
Well, in that case, better to get rid of them.
Thank
It
you.
was nothing. Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Auroran back, I'll take you to see the Lord of the Night.
Okay.
The Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyab of the tribes?
Who is supposed to be the Lord of the Night?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can decide whether we can grant an ancient name to one who does not hail from our lands. The
Okay.
Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night Kingdom, constantly borrowing the power of the sacred flame to combat corrosion from the abyss.
Oh.
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the tribes. Well, that sort of makes sense, being the lord of the entire Night Kingdom and all.
Yep.
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful than the other. But never mind. That's not important. It would take too much time to explain.
It's like they all work in harmony.
Just listen carefully
So
to
no
what I'm
one's
about to tell
powerful,
you.
no one is weaker.
The
They
Lord of the
are
Night
strong
is currently
together.
in a deep slumber, and we can only communicate with its consciousness while in a trance. In other words, in a dream.
Ah.
But I will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony to achieve the state of the trance. I'll make a list. Can any of you get everything for me?
Just call what you need.
It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to someone who knows all the local vendors.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good. Then we'll go with St. Lolly to track down Auroran.
Phew, the Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful during your investigation. If you need any help, just come find me.
Yep, we'll be sure to play it safe.
We should not take Sitlali with ourselves.
Alright, now it's time for us to catch that brat and bring him back. I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to swing by Auroran's place to look for clues.
Okay, you find anything?
He has always lived alone. And I found a broken jar in his house. There was also something off about his phlogiston aphids, which I assume is because their keeper has been gone for quite some time.
Phlogiston aphids. Phlogiston I do know. It's the soul energy. But what is supposed to mean with
And
aphids?
interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house that did not match any of our local weapons.
Okay.
My guess is they were left by Snezhnayan arms.
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his house and took him hostage.
Huh.
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising aphids? He's only in his 20s. What would they want with him?
Maybe something of a leverage?
That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course. Since he's the only one who was kidnapped out of everyone in Natlan, he must have done something to attract their attention.
Well, kidnappers
In any case,
generally don't
we'll
do
get to the
something to
bottom of
be
this once we
kidnapped.
manage to get him back here. I'm truly sorry to put you two through all this trouble with me. But please help me get him back.
That's what we plan to do.
Alright, then let's start by heading to where Auroran was seen last.
And where was that? Okay, where is the nearest teleport waypoint? I mean, the background music in Natlan is actually quite on the fun side. You mean what I? You get what I mean? I mean, it's like with all these things going on, it's kind of funky, most of like a cartoon like. So it kinda gives a whole different vibe to what we already know.
This is the spot. An eyewitness claimed to have seen Auroron speaking to some Fatui soldiers here. I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Auroron really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd suddenly get involved with a Fatui.
It's okay, we believe you. You don't have to say that again and again. We are investigating because we believe that he can be innocent. So let's just not waste any time and just go through with the investigation.
What witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coercing him, or perhaps trying to extract information.
No
However,
issue.
I doubt anyone would believe me, given there are no signs of a fight.
Didn't Kamich say that she's a big name in Natlan? Feels kinda weird to see her so frustrated and helpless like this.
Could you tell us a little
Auroron?
more about him?
Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant, and the people of the tribe took him in. You could say that everyone had a hand in raising him.
Okay.
He learned a lot from us, and once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables and raising aphids, living off of what he harvests from the garden. He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friends to deliver whole bags of fresh produce to my place.
If that's all there is to him, then he really doesn't sound like a bad person.
Well, let's keep looking. He can answer all of our questions once we find him. She's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time, and since they were disturbed, they secreted a special type of phlogiston. We can use that substance to track his movements.
Maybe he was, kinda like kidnapped to get use from his phlogiston
Let's follow the
aphids.
phlogiston trail.
If it's something important.
Huh? What trail? Paimon doesn't see anything.
Man, it's been so long that we have also forgotten the name. The site. We will use the site.
Oh, right.
Elemental
Forgot
site.
Your eyes don't naturally perceive such things.
And she will give us superpowers now.
Here, give me your hand.
Aha, we are getting superpowers.
How about now?
What do you see?
Elemental trail. So she gave us an enhanced elemental sight.
Oh, Paimon can see it now too.
Yep.
That's right. I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses to you. For a short while, you'll be able to see the phlogiston too.
So I kinda guess that her kit is going to be of a buffer when she releases. I mean, it's been a long time since we have seen a cryo buff character. We have Shenhe, who buffs only cryo characters. We have Rosaria, who buffs crit rate, but not with a very high amount. She, at the max, she can buff around 15 crit rate. Then we have Diona at I think it's her C6 that she gives a 120 elemental mastery bonus. So from this little incident, I think Citlali's kit is going to be based on buffing capabilities. Well, we will have to see what
Wow,
and
you
how
share your senses
does
with
this
us.
show Citlali with us.
Paimon's heard anything like that.
It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't adept at. But don't worry, it's a cinch for me. Between the two of you, it seems the Traveler's senses are a bit stronger than Paimon's. When I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a great affinity for phlogiston.
Yep,
You're extraordinarily gifted.
I have got affinity for many things.
Anyway, we'll need to use our vision now to track down Auroron. Good luck, you two.
Yep, madam.
Over here, this way! See, Lolly might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell of hers is really something.
What was that?
Oh, Paimon was just complimenting you.
What does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly shamans go, I'd say that I'm already pretty easy to talk to. Is there any other old hag who's as fluent in the language of the youth as me?
You don't have to try to speak with the people how they would like. Just be natural, Citlali.
But is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best to match their speech patterns. But given the looks on their faces just now, or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that can't be, right? Ugh, don't tell me they're still getting the impression that I'm super old-fashioned.
She has shared her senses with us, so are we actually listening to her thoughts? Yep. I think we are kinda resonating with her
What's
thoughts.
that? See Lolly's voice?
Mm-hmm.
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found some helpers this time. Some things are best done with the help of friends.
So now we can hear her thoughts through telepathy. Wow, this is amazing. Something like this could only happen with Citlali.
Oh, they appear to be feeling quite confident. Looks like our work will go smoothly.
You bet. Just leave it to us. It was actually quite a wholesome scene.
Hey, looks like there's a new camp over there. Yeah, judging by Paimon's experience as a guide, it definitely looks like people set up camp here.
Seriously? Do people need experience for that?
Wait. The phlogiston here is a bit odd.
Oh, what do you mean a bit odd?
Let me see.
Take your time. What happened?
Paimon sees a small shape here. Could it be some sort of symbol?
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Night Wind. Only someone from our tribe would recognize it. So Auroron was indeed being threatened.
Oh.
We've got to find him. Fast.
But where?
Leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. In other words, he was probably under the Fatui's watch. If they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. But what if my darling grandson is also...
Oh!
Can't have him caught in the crossfire.
So Auroron is his grandson!
I've got to be careful, otherwise he'd get hit as well. How annoying. No, I've got to stay calm and keep my composure.
So Auroron is his grandson. We don't know how to react. Continue forward and investigate.
There are traces of people staying here too.
Wait a second. The phlogiston around here is jumbled up.
What do you mean jumbled up? Oh, One's going right, one's going
I
left.
can also smell a mix of elements in the air. Pyro, electro, and some other elements as well.
Kanish told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you can sense so many more things than us.
Hmm.
It's about time that little brat said something nice about me. There are signs of a struggle here. Judging from what's left on the scene, there must have been a fight. But after that, the factions seem to have gone their separate ways. Both the phlogiston and the elemental traces in the air support that.
Seems like Ororon found a chance to fight back.
Remember the little mark we found before? Paimon's thinking, what if Auroron wanted to leave another distress signal, but was caught by the Fatui?
I mean, it wouldn't make sense to make two distress signal in the same path that are nearly not more than 100 and 200 meters away. I mean, it might be something more serious. Yep, her look says that. Indeed, judging by the distress signal from before, Ororon was being held by Fatui. So given the difference in numbers, he probably wouldn't have been able to overpower them.
Given there are two signals leading from here, we should split up as well. I'll take this direction, and leave the other one to you. Let's meet up again later.
Okay.
Auroron, what the heck were you doing? It's one thing to trouble me, but now I had to bring other people into this as well. You little brat.
And off she goes.
Mhm.
Traveler, did you hear all of that as well?
Yep.
Once Lolly left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, but there was no response.
So the telepathy does not go both ways.
So you were thinking the same thing. Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could probably also hear what we were thinking in our heads.
I don't think Citlali noticed
She
anything.
did say that she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past. Huh, maybe we're a special case and can hear her thoughts as a side effect.
Will kind of make sense.
If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner world. It paints quite a different picture from Paimon's first impression of her.
Yep. I think we needed to see that side of her.
Paimon sees some traces here. Let's follow them and see if we can find anything up ahead.
Dum 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 dum. Her breaking is also quite amazing. She looks like there are traces of phlogiston here, but
Did you find something?
I found some traces of phlogiston, but the trail completely ends here.
Huh. So we can't tell where Auroron might have gone from here.
Or we might need to investigate the area around here.
Weird, the phlogiston trail suddenly stops. We can't make anything of these footprints either.
So is it some sort of
But he can't have
teleporting
just
point?
evaporated into thin air, right? We know he wasn't alone. He had all those Fatui with him.
This is all extremely strange also.
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind from beneath the earth.
So now we are telepathically connecting with Ororon, I assume. Whose voice was that just now? So Ororon is actually an adult. I mean, in the trailer and the system, it looked like he might have been a teenager. But from what Citlali said and the sound of his voice, it kind of seems like that he's an adult. He came to the Night Kingdom.
I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I have no desire to hurt you. I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much like one of those animals with ears that perk up as soon as it senses danger in their environment. And given
Okay.
your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world. However, you're now in the Night Kingdom, a familiar domain to the masters of the Night Wind.
Seriously? I mean,
Hello, traveler.
how
I'm Auroron,
weak
the one you've been searching for.
have we gone, man? How weak have we become that we are literally being, you can say, kept on a leash by grabbing our neck from a literal child? Well, expected to our age, he's just a child from the tribe of a Natlan. How weak have we become now, man? This is a joke.
Ah,
Really a joke.
Fatui's custody. I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fatui.
The joke. Everything is a joke
I'm
now.
afraid you've been brought here by a lie, like a false omen in the lingering smoke.
I mean, I haven't played other Hoyoverse games, but now I can say that Genshin's main character is one of the weakest now.
My friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible way for us to set up a meeting.
Captain.
Greetings, traveler from afar.
Ah, the bass in the voice.
Be careful with this traveler. His soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process. It's taking all my concentration to hold on to him.
It was I who tasked Auroron with leaving the traces to lead you here, and I who used the Master's ritual to bring your soul to the Night Kingdom.
What the
I've heard much
F
about
do you
from
want?
the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in Natlan, I would like to sincerely request a formal meeting with you, in person.
Mm-hmm.
I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Mavuika, the pyro Archon. I believe there is little reason for you to blindly follow her plan.
Okay, so we'll finally get what
If you would like to hear our
Capitan
intel, find
or
us to the
Capitano's
east of the
plan
city.
is.
But remember, not a word of this to anyone. I would like to avoid any further conflict.
Mm-hmm.
You will see me again once you return to reality. No matter what I say, please, help me keep this a secret. This is all to avoid dragging Granny into this conflict.
Obviously, we will keep it a secret, or you will kill us because you can, because we are the weakest. Such a joke. We are just lying like a dead body. So, if we are in fight with the Fatuis, they can just really bring our soul here, kill our body, and we are done, just like that.
Hey, what happened just now? You suddenly collapsed and stopped responding.
I am fine. I was just held captive within another location. It's okay now.
Hey, why are you sitting on the ground? Are you okay?
See, Lolly, he froze for a moment and then just collapsed to the ground.
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain anywhere?
I am fine, just a little
Don't
lightheaded.
worry. We can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help. But had I known you were feeling unwell, I wouldn't have taken you on this trip with me.
It's okay. If they were being truthful, they must have reasonable motivation for what they said. But should I trust them? I could share everything with Paimon and Citlani right now, but that just mean giving up on the lead. I still haven't much dealings with either the Fatui or the Masters of the Night Wind. I suppose I will stay quiet for now and see if I can find out anything.
If you're feeling sick, you should just say so. See, Lolly should be able to, exorcise any ghosts or weird stuff that you picked up in the Night Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
A seasoned traveler must know the importance of not pushing yourself beyond your limit. If you need anything from me, just say the word.
It's okay, I'm feeling
In any
fine now.
case, let's take a bit more time to rest now.
Take a break with Paimon. Auron's what's still echoing in your mind. Meanwhile, Citlali continues to keep her eye on you and even perform another checkup.
Need to be more careful next time.
Feeling better yet, Traveler?
Yep.
Alright, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers. I have a feeling that Auroron is probably being held inside.
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head over right away.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was holding
Well,
you.
I recruited you to be my helper, which means we're in this together. Like the wind and the clouds. We either move as one or not at all. But if you want to make it up to me, then just be sure to fight extra hard when the time comes.
Okay. But do you really think you want me to fight alongside you? I mean, I'll just be holding you back, given how weak I am.
Look over there.
Huh? I don't think she sees someone in the middle of the camp.
That's Auroron. So he really was taken by the Fatui.
That's Auron. He does look the same as I spoke to him in the Night Kingdom earlier.
We'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
Shut up.
I cannot see the sun.
What?
Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently blocking the light, so I must beseech you to move aside.
Huh? Okay, Mr. Philosopher. That's enough mumbo-jumbo.
Wow. I'm going to rip that guy's head right off.
See, Lolly's struggling to control her temper now.
Are you ready? Let's go kick their butts. On my count.
3, 2, 1. So will we get a trial of
Still trying to
Citlali?
resist?
No.
You've got no idea who you're up against. Let my name echo in song. Like the mountain fades.
No, be still.
All right.
Killjoy. It's only just begun. Cascade. Miscalculated.
So I think we're done.
Auroron.
Granny!
Paimon knows she's called Granny Eats to Lead, but it's still kind of weird hearing someone actually call her Granny.
Greetings to you too, Gramps.
What did you just call him?
Gramps? Is that not right? You're Granny's friend, are you not? You seem to be approximately the same age as her, so I figured you've got to be Gramps.
How many times have I told you? It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who look about the same age as me. You can't go around calling everyone Gramps or Granny.
Oh, wait. He's not a child, is he? Don't tell Paimon he's one of those people who look like an adult but are actually only 8 or 9 years old.
Oh, your words have pierced my heart like a thorn vine. Given how hard those thorns are to remove, I may just need to find a pair of tweezers.
Why are you so upset? You can just say yes or no.
Of course I'm not a child. It's just, Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due. And since the Masters of the Night Wind raised me collectively, I basically see everyone above a certain age as an elder I should look up to.
Aha. The way he talks it definitely changed, but it doesn't feel like he's putting on an act. He asked me to do whatever I could to keep things a secret, and said even for Citlali's sake. So you treat everyone like their uncle and aunties, Grams and Granny.
Exactly.
But if you keep that up, then everyone's going to be your senior.
And do you think saying all of this is gonna save you from a scolding, Auroron? Haven't I told you 100 times since you were a kid? Heed the 3 warnings.
Okay, what are the 3 warnings?
Prowling around, scammers looking for their next victim, and strange people who appear out of nowhere.
Aha.
Oh, so you do remember, and you just chose to ignore them. I always knew that living on your own was going to get you into trouble sooner or later. But getting kidnapped? That really takes the cake. You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know. You're just lucky we got here when we did. Or we might be launching another search and rescue operation to find out where they put your severed head.
Okay, that's kinda graphic.
I'm sorry, Granny. I'll be more careful next time.
Next time? Oh, good one. You think there'll be a next time after this? Not a chance. They didn't hurt you, did they?
No, they just asked me a lot of questions about Natlan's terrain and made me draw a map of the ley line distribution.
Okay, now answer me honestly. Were you the one who helped the captain escape after his battle with the Pyro Archon?
Yes.
Yes.
So why did you do it?
Because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just come to you, Granny, and they'd already figured out a way to make you do their bidding.
Hey, I'm no ordinary Granny. Would they really dare to come after me? And you! Did the gods give you a brain just for you to not use it? Did you really believe everything they said at face value and not stop to think?
I mean, if it's from a real point of view, I would not like to risk the safety of someone I love.
Thankfully, the Pyro Archon only asked that we find the mysterious individual from the Masters of the Night Wind, and didn't slap your name on a wanted poster. Don't think for a second that she doesn't know what's happening. Even if the truth that you see will soon manifest into reality, there is still no need to preemptively panic. Have you forgotten the words that I've taught you?
I'm sorry.
Ugh, forget it. We can submit the details of this camp and the defeated Fatui as evidence of your innocence. Let's clean this place up and get back to the city. Auroron, you better remember this lesson well and seriously reflect on your actions. Also, once we return to the city, come to the speaker's chamber with me. I'll need you to explain everything.
Sounds good. Should I bring some of my homegrown vegetables as well?
Your
Vegetables.
Yes. I grow a lot of fresh produce in my garden. I hope the Pyro Archon won't be too picky about the selection.
Now's not the time to be thinking about that. If you do come face to face with the Pyro Archon, the first thing you should do is...
Recite the 3 warnings.
Huh?
No.
No! You should emphasize that you were not in cahoots with the Fatui!
How exactly did the Masters raise this guy?
Oh, right.
So it kinda seems like that he has been in cahoots with the Fatui for a really long time. That he has learned to put up a front and is actually has been putting up a front for a very long time. So there seems to be more to his connection with Capitano than it comes out.
I see. So Auroron came to the captain's rescue because he promised to help him in exchange for Citlali's safety.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Now that you know Auroron was only trying to protect another member of his tribe, could I ask you to petition the Pyro Archon for her forgiveness?
We'll give her a full report. We'll let you know once she's reached a decision.
Will I need to stay here?
Technically, yes. But if Miss Citlali is willing to serve as your guarantor, then we can release you from custody.
Okay, let's
Sure.
release him from
I'd be
custody.
happy to do that. I don't have any more time to waste here. I still have other things to do.
Understood. Thank you very much. Mr. Auroron, please report back to the speaker's chamber as soon as you've received notice of the Archon's decision.
I
Okay.
understand. Thank you. And thank you too, Granny.
Well, at least guess you won't need to hide your face anymore.
Traveler, Paimon, thank you very much for your help. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about my side of the deal. Once Auroron is settled, I'll go talk to Shilonen and get started on forging an ancient name for you.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's as good as done. You can just go twiddle your thumbs or something while you wait for the good news. Bye for now. Come with me, Auroron. We've got to find you a place to stay for the night.
Things are building up
Bye, Gramps.
slowly.
We're finally done. Alright, it's time to find some grub.
Paimon, there's something I need to tell you.
Huh? What is it, Traveler?
You pull Paimon aside and tell her everything that you saw when you collapsed. Yep! Keep your voice down, Paimon!
Paimon just didn't see that coming. So you really saw him in the Night Kingdom? And he didn't attack you?
Yep.
Oh, that Auroron, what is he up to? He sounded earnest enough just now. Paimon would have never guessed anything was happening. All that stuff about protecting St. Lally and being forced to help the Fatui when he's actually been a willing accomplice all along.
I'm still not completely sure. We still need more information.
Yeah, you're right. Still, Paimon appreciates you telling her about this. Paimon will support your choice no matter what, so if you want to go, we can go together. We still have another whole day before the meeting, so we'll just meet with them when the time comes.
Wait, 8 o'clock the next day. Today, tomorrow. We are doing so much time travel, man. The days of future past will be so happy with us. Or Back to the Future. They are all kind of similar.
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered.
Go to the agreed location. Well, let's just heal everyone a little bit. You don't shift between Natlan characters when you are walking or sprinting. Don't tell me that we are going to find Capitano just sitting here sipping coffee. I like the whole vibe with the music.
Oh, please don't let this be a trap.
It definitely is not a trap. I mean, they already had us before at the pick of our neck. A little kid was literally grabbing our neck, so I don't think that this is going to be a trap. If they wanted to kill us, they would have done already. We are just so easier to kill. The only reason we are alive is that we have that thick, awesome plot armor of being an MC.
Good evening. Nice to see you again.
It's you. You shouldn't pop up from behind people like that. What are you, a ghost?
I'm terribly sorry. It's just a force of habit.
And what's with you apologizing all the time? You sound so polite and honest, but you're actually doing shady stuff behind people's backs.
You're right. Granny tells me that too. Huh. Come to think of it, you remind me of her. Sometimes you two sound really similar, you know.
Oh, so you're gonna call Paimon Granny too now?
Well, I could.
What's the purpose of this meeting? Let's get straight to the point. No one is near us. Capitano, Capitano, come out, come out.
Excellent. The fact that you showed up proves that I was right about your character.
I don't really care how the Fatui thinks of me.
Yet, there's been a lot of talk about you. Child told me that you're passionate about the unknown and willing to take risks. Rather than facing you as an enemy, I would much prefer to bring you to my side.
And what is your side?
If we allow the current state of things to continue, we will inevitably clash. And that's a scenario that I'd very much like to avoid. I've long heard of your exploits across the nations. Though you have crossed swords with my colleagues many times, I know that you are by no means an unreasonable person. And once you've learned the truth that the pyro Archon Mavuika would never willingly share with you, you may just find it in your heart to consider my proposal.
And what is your proposal?
I assume you've already been informed of the Pyro Archon's plan. In order to defeat the Abyss and save Natlan, she still needs 2 more heroes to appear.
And I think that Auroran is one of them.
Wait, how did you know that? Never mind. Guess that's not important now.
I've long kept a close eye on her plan. To be frank, it's an exceedingly risky plan. Will the heroes really appear? And even if they come to her, will their power be enough to drive the Abyss back? If any part of the plan goes awry, all of Natlan, even all of Teyvat, will pay for her mistakes. Now, we may have been led to believe that this is the only plan available to her. But what if I told you she's had another emergency plan all along? The details of which she has chosen to keep hidden from you.
Well, it is an emergency plan, so it must come at a cost.
An emergency plan?
Yes. A way to keep Natlan intact, even if her original plan fails. But given the painful cost of its execution, she has chosen to keep it as a mere backup plan. Whether
Okay.
this stems from hesitation, fear, or even naivete, I cannot say. But Natlan cannot afford to wait until she comes to her senses. My fear is that given the enormity of the decision, she will be reluctant to confront the dire reality we face until it is too late. There will be no time left to execute the backup plan, and all of Natlan will be lost to the Abyss.
Okay, but why do you give that much interest in Abyss? Or should I say that much interest in Natlan?
We have to make the decision for her, here and now.
That's just your speculation.
Do you have any evidence for all this? Just telling us a bunch of scary stuff isn't enough, you know. Besides, wasn't it you who tried to seize the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa plan?
Mm-hmm. Yet by seizing the Gnosis and making the decision for, could you mean that the Gnosis has something to do with this backup
I
plan?
knew you'd be clever enough to see. That's right. I did not seek the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa. Since I was defeated in battle, I must put to rest my thoughts about the Gnosis. But even so, my desire to save Natlan remains unchanged. And now, I have found a new way to solve the crisis. We can implement it immediately if we reach an agreement.
And that is? What's the plan?
Someone's here.
Huh? The captain disappeared!
Something is rapidly approaching. Oh no.
Something? Bad news, chump. It's your granny.
See, Lolly? When did you get here?
I knew something was amiss after we were separated. Hidden ceremonial tools, an unconscious traveler. I must say, I'm very curious about what you're up to. How dare you go behind our backs like this, Auroran? Colluding with the Fatui? Really? Oh, here we go again. Cat got your tongue, huh? You really think you can avoid a scolding just by staying quiet?
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Oh, and now you're talking back. Well, go on then. Explain yourself. What the heck are you up to?
I'm sorry, Granny. I feel so guilty.
You don't.
You! That's it! Where are my tools? I swear if I don't teach you a lesson right here and now, I'll...
Wait, see, Lolly, please calm down. We, still learned a lot of info, didn't we? Like the fact that the captain isn't trying to seize the Gnosis anymore. So maybe just save the scolding for later, okay?
Listen well, Auroron. You're only getting out of this now because of the Traveler's plea. This isn't over. You hear me?
I'm kind of liking how the
Right,
story is
Traveler.
playing out.
Let's go. We can discuss this more back in the city. You two keep an eye on Auroron for me, okay?
Yep. It really feels like that there is so much more that we have to find and we have to see. I think Auroron knows nothing.
In all my years, I've never had a child cause me so much grief. Do you seriously not see what's at stake here? You've got a head on your shoulders, Auroron. Use it!
What's with this
Why did you
suddenness?
help the captain? And I want the truth this time. No answer? Think you're being smart? Then let me ask a different question. What does the captain want? What is his purpose in Natlan?
Okay.
Really? You're just going to stonewall me?
Looks like Auroron has no intention of answering her.
Use your brain for a second. What do you possibly stand to gain by helping the captain? Only endless trouble awaits you and everyone in the tribe. You've always been a good kid. Why would you throw that all away now? If you're worried about something, just talk to me. Granny would much rather we had a conversation instead of constantly clashing like this.
Why is he staring at us all of a sudden?
We are not going to save you this time, bro.
I'm sorry that you have to hear all this.
It's
You're
fine.
very kind. Most people would have fled by now. Not everyone can handle Granny's scolding.
I mean, you gave her a reason to scold you.
Oh? You dare gossip between yourselves instead of listening to me? You...
Sorry, Granny.
Sorry, Granny. Sorry, Granny. You know what? Fine. I'm perfectly aware that everything I say goes in one ear and out the other. You're all grown up now, so why would you listen to an old hag like me? You say all the right things, but then you go and completely ignore me. Well, if that's how you're going to treat me, you can stop sending Aoife over to my place to deliver your stupid vegetables. I don't need anything from you.
Who's Aoife? A delivery person?
I think I've heard Aoife's name before. Aoife. Her name came up before. I think it was. I assume it was in the lore or the leaks, I think. Aoife is supposed to be a playable character in the future, I assume. I think. Yep.
That's irrelevant. The point is, he hangs out with this kid.
So he's
he
a
must be
male.
no good. You kids get to a certain age and suddenly act like you know it all. There's nothing I can say to get through to you. Auroron, if you're still thinking about that so-called duty, then please, just forget about it. The ley lines did not fall to this state because of you. And we've long closed the book on that incident.
Seems they've started talking about some kind of tribal history. I'm starting to get lost.
So it seems like Auroron might have something to do with the ley lines disturbance, but didn't that happen 500 years ago?
I know you tend to get down on yourself when you're upset, but I can tell I really hurt you this time. All I can say is I'm sorry.
His voice. Auroron, where have you gone?
It sounds like he's somewhere super far away, but isn't he right here in front of us?
It kind of seems like he's...
It's up to all of us to do everything we can to save Natlan. So I've got to go.
Get back here this instant! Auroron! What is this? Powder from plant spores? Is that the trick he used?
What just happened? How was he able to suddenly get so far away like that?
He used some sort of a hallucinating
It's a
powder.
trick of his. If you grind spores into a powder and spray it in the air, it can be manipulated to create an illusion.
Illusion.
He pulled it off flawlessly. He must have put a lot of time into perfecting it. Don't tell me that's how he's been hunting in the fields these days. Oh, couldn't he have picked up something more useful? Little brat. That's it. The next time we meet, I'm definitely going to break his legs.
Whoa, that's a little extreme. But still, why does he feel like he needs to run from us? If his goal is also to protect Natlan, then can't we work together?
Because he knows we won't agree with his plans. And if you think people don't agree with your plans, bro, I think you need to think about your plans.
I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation with them earlier. But even if you'd been able to hear them out, there's no guarantee you would have gained anything substantial. Auroron probably did everything he could to get away because he knew I'd get the truth out of him sooner or later. Oh, that brat. I swear.
The captain probably has some sort of substantial plan. Otherwise, Auroron would have no reason to keep following him. Meeting again is out of cards for now. It might be faster to just approach the Pyro Archon and confirm what the captain said. And also, I can tell that Auroron's stubbornness has hurt Citlali deeply. I need to find a way to comfort her. What was all that about Auroron's duty earlier?
We've got quite a long walk back to the city. Let's take our time. It'll give me a moment to figure out how to explain all this.
Okay, so let's just keep talking and talking and talking. Talking is all we love to do. Oh, hi Tana. I'm actually doing a live stream of the Act-3. Hi Tana. So yeah, I'm currently in the Act-3 of the Archon Quest 5. It is kinda infuriating at this time that we are just being used as some sort of an information gatherer or nothing other than that.
How about we get something to eat?
Oh, right. It's been a while since we last ate. Now that we can relax, Paimon just realized how hungry she is.
It's okay. I'm already too late. I'm just...
sit down and talk. Food and drinks are on me.
I'm a literal day late. I was supposed to live stream yesterday when the 5.1 released. But I'm just here now. It's okay, we can cover our own build. सच में बहुत बात है भाई साहब. It's like पका देते हैं यार. बतियाते रहो बस इनके साथ बैठ के. थोड़ी सी स्टोरी आती है बीच में, but it's okay. That little bit story kind of makes sense also. Okay, it's okay, we can cover an old bill. Paimon's got a secret food fund, so she can do the honors.
How did this become Paimonville? See, Lolly looks quite down on herself. Alright. It's on Paimon this time. What's one meal to the best guide into that? So you can just sit back and enjoy, Sweet Lolly. Paimon will take care of it.
Hey, come on now. You won't even let me take you out for some food and drinks? I just wanted to treat you to a meal.
Are you sure? We can save you some Mora.
Mora is the least of my concerns. Besides, we're definitely due a meal after all the time we've spent together. Let me get this one. I might be an old hag, but I like to think I'm not completely useless.
But you are not
Sure,
completely
that's
useless.
fine with us, but Paimon doesn't want you to be sad, Sweet Lolly.
Don't worry. I'm sure a juicy grilled steak will work wonders.
Well, it won't. When you're hurt by people that you love, you get hurt easily. I think she is going to get drunk. Not currently drunk in this situation. Tavern. She's going to get drunk now. Bottle after bottle of wine. I think this is the time we are going to see Citlali's emotionless blue eyes that we saw in the trailer.
What are you looking at?
Do you
Yep,
see
Citlali.
two people standing by the door? They look like spitting images of each other. Are they twins?
Now she is drunk. Well, as per for Shilolen, bro, she's a must pull.
Paimon only sees one person there.
I mean, if I were to talk about Shilolen, her exploration is so amazing. Her buffing capabilities is just off the charts. I mean, she buffs as much as how should I say, 400, 800, 1000. For 40 you will need yep. So she buffs as much as a 1000 EM Kazuha with a 4-piece VV, but she do it for 8, I mean nearly 10 seconds more time. Plus she heals the on-field character a large amount of healing, a large amount of HP. So if you already have Furina, she can be a really great, amazing addition to your team. I mean, even in the mono pyro team before, not the mono pyro team, in the dual pyro, like the hyper carry team for Arlecchino, my Arlecchino was hitting a maximum of 80,000, 78,000. But as soon as I add my as soon as I add my Shilonen to the team, she started doing 100k, 105k slashes right off the bat. I mean, I literally hit 5 attacks in a row that was 100k, 96k, 95k, 80k, 84k, 78k. So in nearly only 6 normal attacks, I did around 500k damage. So that is a lot of damage with Arlecchino with the addition of Shilonen. So if you can pull for her, she can be a really great addition to your team. Shilolen or Nahida? Do you have Kazuha? The main 3 question is, if you are planning for Nahida, the one thing is, do you have Electro DPS, or do you have I must say, do you have Baiju, and do you have Kuki or Raiden Shogun? So if these 4 situation meets up, I mean, if you don't have Baiju, if these 4 situation meets up, then you obviously can go pull for Nahida, but you don't have okay, you have Furina and Kazuha both, and you don't have and I think you don't have Raiden. So if you don't have Raiden as well, you can go for Nahida, cause Shilolen, I mean, sooner or later in the upcoming versions she will get a rerun soon. I assume near about 5.7 to 5.6 we can expect to get her rerun, so you can pull for her then. But as per for the current predicament, I don't see Nahida getting her release, her rerun anytime soon within this patch. So you can easily go pull for Nahida. You can skip Shilonen if you want.
How could that be?
She's a must-have, but
I guess my mind is
you
just
have
as
Furina
easy.
and Kazuha, so it's
Give me another bottle, boss.
not like a very much have situation.
Do you think she's drunk?
But yeah, all the very best to your situation if you try to pull Nahida.
There you go, miss. Oh my! It's not every day you get to see Granny Itzley here with some friends. Not to mention ones who've made a huge name for themselves recently.
She's kind of seems
Oh,
more happy.
So you've heard of us?
Of course I have. Aren't you the ones who saved Kachina and brought her back? No wonder you hit it off with Granny Sitlali. She wouldn't spend time with just anybody, you know. I don't even remember the last time I saw her with a new friend.
Kind of makes
You call her
sense.
Granny too?
Everyone calls her Granny. She's a universal Granny.
It'd probably be more accurate for me to call her my great-great-granny.
Okay, just how old she is, dude.
She's one of the most famous people at the Masters of the
Yep,
Northwind.
thank you.
Most days, hardly anyone even dares talk to her.
So, how old is she? Are we going to get her rich?
Huh? Gossiping about me right in front of my face now, are you, Chonka? Please, Granny, I wouldn't dare. I'm just beyond happy to see you bring over some new friends. After all, any friends of our regulars are sure to be great customers too.
So it seems like Sitlali has been alive for a very long time. For her to call her great granny, it seems like nearly about 4 to 5 generations of her family has been. So what, around 200 years old is
Alright,
she?
that's enough. Go on now. I'm sure the other customers would like to talk to you as well. There's no need to keep staring at me. I promise I'll keep my alcohol down until I leave.
Okay.
Well then, you have my thanks.
Okay. She drank more. I saw this phrase in the trailer. It actually looks quite funny.
See, Larry?
Who's that?
Why though?
You got some doll calling me by my first name. Let me guess. You want to test your skills against Granny Eatsley, don't ya?
Are you still with us, Seat Lally? You're kinda talking to no one.
Yep.
You chumps come around here, picking fights with me? Well, you know what happens next. You lose, and then run off home to tell everyone about how I'm this big scary bully. It's always the same story. You brats start it, I finish it, and then I end up with the reputation of being some kind of terrible monster among the shamans.
So she is an emotional drunkard.
I mean, come on. Monster? Me? Really? What did I do to deserve that?
I think she's kind of projecting what she's feeling from Ororon
Granny
towards
Seat Lally,
something.
You're not a monster at all.
Yep. You're just a cutesy
Exactly.
pitsy cutie pie.
And while we're at it, I'm not some lazy slacker either. Between meditation, advising the chief, and speaking with the Wyab, I actually have a pretty packed schedule, you know.
Sitlali, I think she's going to be a buff character. A cryo buff character. It's been some time since we have seen a cryo buffer. So I think that's what she's going to be. So if that happens, she will have a great pull value.
And
And
I have to mentor all the new
obviously
kids.
based from the
Hey, new
kid,
kid.
from
Yeah,
her
You.
character behavior, I think she's already a pull value. Guess I'm a new kid.
Don't play dumb. Didn't I teach you how to find phlogiston? You see? I know my stuff. I'm a good teacher. You tell him.
Yep. 5-star Lila. Okay, so she's going to have a shielding kit. But what I saw in the what was that? what I saw in the quest before, she kinda gave us some abilities to look for phlogiston, and that I know in a league, certain league before, it was being said that she can be a 5-star Lila, but that kinda doesn't seem consistent with the ability she used before. So maybe it can change, because obviously every leak is subject to change till we get the actual information. So yeah, we will see. Absolutely. Thank you for all your teachings, ma'am.
Oh, that's more like it. About dang time someone showed me a little respect. Yeah, Granny's a hard worker, all right. You can always rely on old Granny.
Yep. According to leaks, yep, she is a shielder and provides off-field, but that kinda doesn't go uniform with what we saw doing her in the Archon Quest, so maybe the leaks might not be that accurate, or maybe that's what is going to happen. And she starts snoring.
She just fall asleep with her eyes open.
I am really liking the character of
Behind this
Sit
pitch
loudly.
black curtain,
Okay.
a chapter of hatred reveals itself. Behind the smoke, the lingering smoke.
Okay.
Ah, she's meditating again. She does this whenever she's had a few too many drinks. Her mind's actually racing at this point. It's quite the opposite of sleep.
Oh.
Is this another specialty of the Masters of the Nightwind?
Nah, it's all her.
No, I'd say it's an ability that's unique to Citlali herself. While she can easily pick up everyone else's skills and tricks, few have been able to master hers.
Yep. I'll pull for her as well. After I pull for Mavuika.
Warning. Red. Red, the color of danger, has now arisen within that pair of eyes.
Okay. Huh? Are you awake?
Traveler? Paimon?
Huh? She's sober just like that?
What's wrong?
Okay. Now we are going to see rainbows coming out of her mouth.
Hang on, just keep it in.
Okay, it's passed. That was a close one.
You had Paimon worried. Paimon really thought you were about to barf all over the table just now.
How embarrassing. I'm sorry you had to see me like that. That's never happened before, I swear. I've never thrown up. Not once.
We didn't ask about before. Yep, she had thrown before.
Wanna take a quick walk and get some fresh air?
There's so much that I want to say, but I can't.
It's okay, Citlali. Keep it.
Of course you can. Just say whatever's on your mind.
It's okay.
Please, Paimon, it's not as simple as you think. We've only known each other for a few days, right? What would you think of me if I were to start dumping all of my complaints on you after we've only just met?
That's okay. We like to hear about people's
I think
complaints.
that's it. You're hoping that we wouldn't think less of you no matter what you're about to say.
Yep. And we did not see rainbows gulping down.
No, that wasn't my point at all. Seriously, don't you youngsters know anything about shame? I'm talking about shame. I've lived all these years and still can't get rid of it. Surely you know the feeling too?
Actually, about that.
Huh?
She's
Tell me what?
a tsundere.
Yeah, this is as good a time as any.
Alright, Citlali, we could hear all your thoughts when you gave us the power to search for phlogiston. Listen carefully and try not to get too upset. Who are you planning to sue, bro? What do you want to see? Rainbows?
So, you heard my...
Yep.
It's okay, Lolly. You had every right to complain about those things.
I can't take it anymore! Why do these things happen to me? Hearing me mumble under my breath is one thing, but hearing what I mumble in my own head? That's too much. It's just like when you're rolling on the floor in your pajamas, but you forget to lock the door, and someone bursts in to deliver cabbages and sees the whole thing.
Aoife, she's talking about
So
Aoife.
that, happens to you a lot.
It happens to people in general, okay? Doesn't matter if you're 200 years old or 1,000 years old. Everyone rolls around in their pajamas sometimes. I was just picking something generic.
Now this is what I want to see. Aoife, you're a lucky guy, dude.
Take a walk with me. I have things to share with you.
Okay.
Looks like she's completely given up. Like those criminals who just confess everything and accept their fate.
We should follow her just to make sure she doesn't do anything stupid. More than the Archon Quest, it starts to seem like we are in the we're going to Sitlali's story quest. But oh, I was supposed to go up. And how am I supposed to go up? From outside, I assume? Tum 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 tum. So we are out.
Well, great view, right? I love coming here by myself.
ये पक्का बुड्ढी है.
Wow, it's beautiful.
I mean, you can say her an older person. I mean, if you talk about cats, they live what, around 15 to 20 years, but we live nearly 4 to 5 times more of their age. Around more than 4 to 5 times. So if we live 100, there can be creatures who live 400 to 500 years, and according to us, we are at 18. We are young, we are children. So according to her lifetime,
You're making me want to cry.
she might just be an adult. Who knows? Just a little kid, just a teenager. Kinda seems in her behavior as well.
What do we do? Please don't cry.
I was an expression, okay? A figure of speech. I'm just... embarrassed. Here you are thanking me. Even after you helped me all this time.
Because that's what heroes do, Sitlali.
Let's just have a casual conversation. It's easiest that way.
Really? You don't seem like the kind of person who keeps things casual.
Well, I guess I used to be more of a stickler for the rules.
But then what happened?
And you're right. I don't usually open up to the people of my tribe like this. I'm just an eccentric old hag to them. That story's been passed down so long. It might as well be true.
But you're just a regular person.
Yep, someone who have just
The
lived
kids
long
in
enough.
my tribe would have a heart attack if they heard you say that. Granny Eatsley is a powerful figure. Be careful around her. That's what they'd say.
Well, you are powerful. Are they afraid of you?
Some are. Others are mad I always come out on top. A few decades like that, and people stop knowing how to deal with you.
I can
What about
get
you?
how she must feel
Are
lonely.
you
We don't find you scary at all.
Yep.
That's because you're not from my tribe. You don't know how many delusions of grandeur I've destroyed just by existing. I make people realize that no matter how hard they work, they'll never become a living legend like me.
They don't have to become a legend, do they?
Not to brag or anything. Maybe it's hard to believe. Just pretend I never said anything.
It's okay, we are here to hear
She
you.
has full faith in your abilities, and Auroran didn't seem scared of you. He thinks of you as his granny, right?
Yes, but Auroran's a special case.
He's also been living from a long time?
Mavuika already told you about her plan, and you've given so much help to Auroran and me. You deserve to learn the full truth.
Okay, what's the full truth then?
Auroran's not like other people. As I mentioned, he was abandoned as a child.
By whom? I guess
The
Fatui?
reason being, his soul is incomplete. The Masters of the Nightwind view this as a bad omen, capable of bringing about illness and misfortune. No
Okay.
one knows who his parents were. He was just left on a rock in the wilderness. It's a miracle he wasn't devoured by some wild beast. The Masters
So-
of the Nightwind believe they can see human souls, and in Auroran's incomplete soul, they saw a possibility for Natlan.
So is he
A possibility
Capitano's son?
To turn Auroran into a vessel for lost souls. The ceremony would allow lost souls to gather within him. Auroran would then be sent to the Night Kingdom to return the souls to their rightful place, strengthening the ley lines and completing the ceremony.
Wait,
Oh.
that doesn't sound right.
Yup, sending a living person to the Night Kingdom, wouldn't that just kill him?
Now you see the problem.
Mm-hmm.
When damage occurs to the Night Kingdom, the souls held within disperse and remain adrift, unable to find a way back to the ley lines. This loss of souls damages the Night Kingdom even further.
Okay.
The ceremony can send back countless souls at once, which would benefit the Night Kingdom and the souls themselves. Of course, the vessel, Auroran, would be sacrificed in the process.
Literally?
I wasn't surprised.
What are the
chief at
people
time
thinking
came up with
about
the
that,
plan.
man?
The ley lines were already in a terrible state. A suitable candidate for the ceremony appears, and now you have the chance to make things better. Of course you're going to take it.
But at the
When
cost
chief
of his
asked
life?
for my opinion, I didn't give my approval, but I didn't object either. So they went ahead with the ceremony. It failed, and Auroran escaped with his life.
Okay.
Pathetic, isn't it? By not objecting, I basically gave them the go-ahead. Maybe they didn't have my explicit approval, but it's not like I did the right thing. If the ceremony was successful, Auroran would probably be dead.
So she feels guilty for not being able to save Auroran. That is the guilt why she's overprotecting of Auroran.
Of course, in my tribe, death is rarely something to fear. But what kind of message would we be sending by sentencing a newborn to death? By using a human life as a tool? It's not right. So, when I learned the ceremony had failed, I was ashamed by my inaction, and absolutely relieved by the result. The plan was never a secret. Or, I guess I should say, there was no point to keeping it a secret. A simple investigation from Auroran would reveal everything. Everyone thought he would be happy he survived. And he never really said anything to the contrary. But just as I was about to put all of it behind me,
Came the Capitano angle.
he asks this question. Would Natlan have been saved if the ceremony succeeded?
Okay, I kinda get the inkling. So Auroron also feels guilty that he couldn't complete the ceremony and save the people of Natlan. That's why he's working with Capitano in hope to finding a way that can save Natlan and not being dependent on Mavuika's plan, which they think is not guaranteed or not 100% sure will work. Oh man, that's some deep story. Yep, story में दम तो है.
Wait, but it's not his fault.
But I think that's what he thinks.
He knows that, but he still feels guilty. Auroron has a strong ability to perceive souls, more than any of us. He understands just how dire the situation with ley lines has become. Maybe he chose to work with the Fatui because he still thinks he owes a debt to Natlan.
Yep.
Traveler, didn't the captain say he found a way to solve the crisis? Maybe that's what brought Auroron into this. Anyway, we can't just let things go on like this. We have to convince him to come back.
Yep, that should be our next step.
You don't look so good, Sweet Lolly. Maybe you should head back and get some sleep.
I mean, I totally kinda get what's happening, but it seems more like Sitlali's story quest rather than the Archon quest. We are getting so little information regarding Mavuika and what's going on with Natlan. We are just literally getting backstories and what's going on with Sitlali and Auroron. I certainly hope that is not the way the Act-3 is going to end, by just giving us backstories of Sitlali and Auroron.
Probably drank too much. It's okay. The fresh air is doing me good. Okay.
Rainbow.
You've helped me so much already. How do I even begin to thank you?
No, Rainbow.
Hey, we're friends, aren't we? Besides, you already said you owe us a favor, so you don't need to worry about us.
Good point. Well, I'll go home and get some sleep. We can figure out our next move in the morning. Friends. I like the sound of that.
Bye, Sitlali.
Auroron's probably back with the captain, don't you think?
Yep, we should tell the Pyro Archon what we learned.
You mean about the backup plan? Do you really believe what the captain told us?
She needs to know regardless.
Yeah, you're right. We should just go to her directly.
Mm-hmm.
But she's probably asleep. We can find her first thing in the morning. Who knows? Go to bed.
She's not asleep. You want to sleep. Okay. Return to the inn to rest. Where is the inn? Tum 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 tum. Man, I really love Shilolan's character design, yaar. I mean, she's just so gorgeous. Her exploration capabilities are off the charts, and her voice actor, she's just an amazing character. I mean, what sense does it make to sleep on the blanket? I mean, you see, you sleep on the mattress, but you don't sleep on the blanket that is supposed to be put on your body. You either put it aside or you put it on yourself. You don't put it under yourself when you sleep. I think when what I said last thing, it was a little typical Indian accent that I had there. I mean, just like, why did you doing this? Why are you doing this? I think the accent was typical
you're over
Indian
here.
accent that is
I was
misjudged in
just
movies
about
or
to come get
something.
you.
Wow, you're up early. That's impressive, especially after all the drinking last night.
She must have some remedies.
Let's not bring up last night. I'm embarrassed about the whole thing. Anyway, I was also woken up by the commotion. Looks like all the warriors from the stadium are on the move.
Yep.
I heard many areas have been attacked by the Abyss, including the Masters of the Night Wind. I need to head back right away.
The Abyss attacked again? Are you sure you can handle it on your own? Do you
Yep.
need our help?
It's the story quest. अच्छा तने can you यार verify कि माइक की आवाज़ ठीक आ रही है? Cause तुम्हें तो पता है भाई साहब इंडिया में हमें फ़ैन ही चलाना पड़ता है गर्मी के लिए, तो आवाज़ कट कट के तो नहीं आ रही ना फ़ैन की वजह से? ऐसा लग रहा हो कि पीछे से बहुत ज़्यादा नॉइस आ रही है फ्रॉम फैन. ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं हो रहा. वॉइस तो क्लियर है टू अ सर्टेन डिग्री.
I'll be fine. We also have the support of the warriors stationed at the various outposts. Given the quick response, things shouldn't get too serious. The stadium could always use more manpower, so you should join the forces here.
What about Auron?
I'm done making excuses for him.
Okay,
She's not a
voice
child
is
anymore. He
Oh.
needs to take responsibility
Okay.
for his actions. I was the one who vouched for him, so I need to report back to the speaker's chamber. I'll accept however they choose to handle the situation.
they will want to
I
look for
should
him.
be able to convince them to let me go back to my tribe first to deal with the attack. As for the ancient name, once we handle this crisis, I'll talk to Shilonen right away. Don't worry. I never forget a promise to a friend.
Be careful.
Thank you. Alright, I need to start heading back.
So we still don't get to talk with Mavuika. So they are literally making whatever Mavuika's plan is, backup plan is, sort of like an anticlimactic situation. We will get to experience it literally towards the end, when
Left in a hurry.
everything is going upside down. We are in a make done situation.
The stadium. Let's see what's going on.
Bro, India hai, bro. ये सिचुएशंस तो सुपर रिलेटेबल होती हैं. पंखा हो गया, एसी हो गया, बहुत आवाजें करती हैं. तो मोस्ट ऑफ द थिंग इज, ये तो किसी के घर में भाई साहब टाइलें लग रही हैं तो वो टाइल के लिए मशीन कट रही है, बाहर बच्चे खेल रहे हैं, अलग ही काम चल रहा भाई. पूरा इंडिया कंस्ट्रक्शन पे ही चलता रहता है, कुछ ना कुछ कंस्ट्रक्ट हो ही रहा है.
Traveler over here!
हाँ,
Perfect.
Casca,
Outlander has
Janssen. Yeah, a few days back, another sort of like a leak or information came out that Janssen might actually be added to the standard pool. हाँ, बाजू में शादी. So Janssen, or who was it? Casca, I think. Anyone out of them might actually be added to the standard banner. So that seems like a shock.
Here! But, what's with the whole Star Outlander thing?
Well, it will also kind of make sense because we didn't get any. Yep, we didn't got any standard banner character from Fontaine. Yep, Janssen is supposed to be a 5-star. Initially, she was speculated to be a 4-star, and also she was expected to have a pyro vision. But as we could see from the story quest before, she's actually a electro user and a 5-star. So there
Which is
might
my way
be a
of saying how
chance
awesome
that
you are.
We've got a
she
big emergency on our hands, so
might
this is the
be
perfect
added
time for you to show off your skills.
to the standard banner. It's been a long time. The last standard banner character we got was, I assume it was Daya from Sumeru. So we had all the Fontaine patch. We didn't get any standard banner character. So I think if they would like to add someone, that seems like the high time.
Alright, but can we get a quick rundown of the situation first?
Yep, what's happening?
This
Actually, trailer.
suddenly attacked the Collective of Plenty, the Masters of the Nightwind, the Children of Echoes, and a number of our camps and outposts in the wild.
All at once.
Yes, and the attacks are increasing in frequency.
The tribes have plenty of defenses, so they're safe for now. But I can't say the same for the adventurers and merchants stuck in the wild.
What the F is a name, man?
Chaska and I have been searching for survivors and treating the wounded. We just got back, but we need to head out again soon.
Yep,
I
let's
plan
head
on
out.
heading back to the Collective of Plenty, just in case my tribe needs me.
What about you, Mulani? Where are you gonna go?
I think she'll find some place to battle.
I'll go help the Children of Echoes. They're the closest, so I can start fighting right away.
Okay.
What about you guys? We could go together.
I need to talk to the Pyro Archon first.
Yeah, that does sound important. No worries. Just leave the Children of Echoes to us. Who knows? Maybe yours truly will have the Abyss on the run by the time you're finished. That would be pretty great, actually. I hope my tribe gets through okay.
It's okay.
It'll be fine.
Off you
Your
go.
tribe doesn't do all that bodybuilding for nothing.
Okay, off. Your tribe needs you
Let's
stop
part
the
ways here for
talking
now.
and go fight.
Most importantly,
Okay.
be careful, everyone.
I think I'm planning to pull for Casca.
Oh, and some of us need to avoid getting contaminated by dangerous-looking substances. That will make my job a lot easier.
Koichi, do we really have to do this now?
It's alright. She's just looking out for everyone. Alright, let's hurry up and talk to the Pyro Archon so we can help the others.
So we have the speaker.
Oh, it's you two. As you can see, things are not looking good right now. People across Natlan are in danger.
Yep, I literally get what you get. You will also like to pull for Casca. I mean, this is really hard for us, man. Natlan seems like a nation of waifus. One after another we are getting. It's so difficult. How are we going to save for these much characters? And it seems like that's the plan Genshin is going with. Make amazing characters that people would like to get, so that they would like to spend more money on getting those characters. It's going to be so hard to sort of like control my emotions and not pull for characters, because the next character I'm going to pull for is this amazing lady that is standing right here in front of us. The Pyro Archon Mavuika, this gorgeous, amazing design of a character. So she's the next character I'm going to pull for. I will have to save my next wishes and primogems as much as I can. I will have to do the control of sages to be able to achieve that. But it will all be worth it when I get this amazing character design.
Look, I'm very interested in your recent adventures, but this is not a good time. So we'll have to keep our conversation short.
Yep.
That's alright, we're also in a hurry. We're gonna go help the Children of Echoes after this.
We met the captain.
What?
Capitano. You tell Mavuika about your brief meeting with the captain and Auroron.
So he thinks my plan is too risky. He thinks I'm being stubborn.
So, can the Gnosis do what he said?
I shouldn't underestimate the Faturi's ability to gather intelligence. The Gnosis does have that function, but there's more to the story.
The story is you don't have the Gnosis.
I will answer you honestly, but you must help me keep this a secret.
We will.
I can use the power of the Gnosis to save Natlan, but it comes at a heavy price.
Okay.
The Gnosis would drain all the souls and memories from the Night Kingdom and weave them into a giant net, which would surround the ley lines and protect them against abyssal corrosion.
Okay. But what's the cost?
Wait, you can use souls to weave a net?
Okay. All the souls will be lost.
Yes. It means sacrificing those souls in the process. Souls are just another form of life. The cruelty of this method is self-evident.
Okay. So Captain's plan include killing all of those souls in order to save Natlan. Well, if you look from a logical perspective, it kind of makes sense that obviously it means to let go of the people who have already died, their souls. But as per for an emotional perspective, it would be like sacrificing the people who have died for Natlan over again. So that does not seems like a valid option, and I don't think we are going to side with Captain when it comes to this. I mean, we shouldn't.
Houses the souls of the dead, but also our memories and legends. Using the Gnosis means converting all three into material for the net, erasing our history and culture.
Yep.
Even then, the net can still become corroded. If we cannot find a way to repair the damaged ley lines before that happens, then all those sacrifices are for nothing.
Okay. I mean, you see, the another thing that I like about Mavuika as a character is that she's so upright with us. So we ask her what's happening and she's just honest with us. She tells her what's the thing. She does not hide much like some Archon bound by contracts. So she's upright with us, and yep, that's what I like about her character as well.
Given the enormity of the price, it's a solution I refuse to consider right now. I want us to win, but I also care about how we win, and what that means for us in the end.
Well, obviously, a nation standing upon the sacrifices of double sacrifices of people won't be something that you would count as winning.
Now it's true, both plans come at a risk, but after weighing our options, this is our best bet.
Hey, don't give me spoilers, man. She's have a motorcycle, buddy. I'm surprised the Gnosis has this function. It doesn't sound like something an Archon would do.
Natlan is unique among the nations of Teyvat. Given the ever-looming threat of the Abyss, the Pyro Archons had to account for the worst-case scenario. Having a contingency plan is our duty, not just to the people of Natlan, but to all who live on this continent. Still, this has always been a well-kept secret. I'm very curious how the captain learned this information.
And I think that is the thing that I mean, I'm going crazy with my theory here, with what I am going to say, but I cannot keep that to myself. It's coming in my mind over and over. So according to my theory, what I think, Captain learned all about this new information because the real identity of Captain or the Capitano is he's actually Shiblank, the first Pyro Archon of Natlan. I know I am going way too deep and this seems like a very far-fetched story, but you get this idea. Captain knew the super secret information that is only known to Archons. Capitano is more than willing to do anything to save Natlan, which generally you don't see with Fatui people. They generally don't plan on doing anything that can save a nation. Obviously, we see with Alecino, she wasn't that much upright on saving Fontaine, but she did that in a way to making a deal with Neuvillette that she would get his Gnosis. We saw Child nearly on the verge of destroying the entire Liyue just for Zhongli to make a physical appearance so they can take the Gnosis from him. And Signora, the only thing she wanted from Venti was just his Gnosis. And similarly in Inazuma, Signora just wanted the Gnosis and control over the entire Inazuma, that she decided to collude with the Archon there. But the thing why Capitano seems so personal going into this. I kinda think that his real identity is actually Shiblank, the first Pyro Archon. We in the lore also, I read a little bit of lore. We didn't even get more information that how did Shiblank died or what happens. We also know Shiblank was strong enough that he killed the Pyro Sovereign or Sovereign of Natlan. So it seems like he's so much powerful. So I don't think he just upright died and what. So I assume with whatever happened during the Canarian War made Shiblank change his identity to Capitan and have joined the Fatui Saritsa in order to get the revenge from you know the heavenly principles. I mean, that's what I think. I know it's really a far-fetched theory. It can be true or cannot be true, but that's what I think. No, I am not from CID, bro.
Oh, one more thing. The captain said he found another way to solve the problem. Could be equally as extreme though.
Mm-hmm. What could be the plan?
Without the Gnosis, he should have no other option. But I see no reason for him to lie.
So what's that other plan?
Seems like our only path forward is to track him down, so he can answer that question for us.
Yep. The Pyro Archon just shared an important secret with us and seems sincere. Figuring out the captain's supposed new way of saving Natlan is the key.
Judging by your expression, you must have doubted me. Even if just for a second.
Well, I didn't, ma'am. This Ether did. Ether is just so stupid. I didn't doubt you for even a second, ma'am.
Not even a little. We would never. Wait, what are you talking about, Traveler?
Paimon is me.
Just as expected. I appreciate your sincerity.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was out of caution, anxiety, or simple curiosity, but know this. No matter what, our goal remains the same. We both want to save the people of this land.
Yep.
So now that you have your answer, do you still doubt me?
Not at all, ma'am.
You scared Paimon. You've really got a lot of guts, Traveler.
That's a good thing. Oh, and feel free to call me Mavuika. It's what all my friends call me, and I like it that way.
Ma'am.
As for the captain, the intelligence officers we assigned to the Fatui should be back soon. We'll get our answer then.
Okay.
That's great. Sounds like we just have to wait a little longer.
Are the current attacks the beginning of the real disaster?
Not just yet. Even though the Abyss is attacking several locations at once, I'm confident the warriors stationed in those areas can handle it.
Okay.
Don't worry. I just need to finish coordinating our available manpower, then I'll take a small team to handle the difficult locations.
Wait, you're going to fight in person? Didn't you give up your power?
That's true. I'm far less powerful than a god in my current state. But don't forget, I was an experienced and powerful warrior before I ever became the Pyro Archon.
I mean, she did had the title of Goddess of War, dude.
No matter how
With or without your power.
my duty is on the front lines. I just think there's strength in numbers. If the people feel emboldened, that's just a bonus.
Okay.
Anyway, even if we respond to these threats in time, it's not a permanent solution in the long run.
Yep, we have to think about
I've
something
considered
more
moving
permanent
my people
and
to other
stiff.
nations, but given their close connection to the Night Kingdom, a forced evacuation would have devastating consequences.
Yep.
I've told the chiefs of each tribe to strengthen their defenses and advise people against leaving their settlements. Now, I just need to find the right time to disclose the true nature of the crisis to the people of Natlan.
Okay.
Paimons a little worried about how people will react.
I think a lot of people will join the fight. We too.
Yes, but that won't be the only response. In any case, that's for me to worry about. I'll let you know when we have more information on the captain.
Okay, ma'am.
Alright, we should head out. Maybe we can join up with Milani. She can't be too far ahead.
Stay safe, ma'am.
No need to worry about me.
Go to the Children of Echoes. Children of Echoes. This is the place of Kachina, right?
Quick, over here, to safety.
Let's go.
Kachina, how many people do you have left?
They've all made it out. We have also come back.
What's the situation?
There's a trapped caravan that needs our help. We need to rescue them as soon as possible.
Okay, let us go.
We'll go together.
Now I like that we are getting something more other than Citlali's story quest. Give me food, bro. I don't think Pyro Traveler is active yet. Pyro Traveler will kinda make sense after we are done with this. The only reason I can think the... Okay, I already got all these characters as trial.
Letting brave names echo. Shazam! Drilling! Let's shred, Sharky!
Quick!
All right.
What just happened?
I really thought I was done for. I can't thank you enough.
Don't worry about it. We're just glad you're okay. Let's see. Your goods look fine too. Guess the Abyss isn't after Mora.
Eh.
That should be the last abyssal pylon near the Children of Echoes.
That was scary, but we did it. Man, why did the voice actors have to go on a rampage? I really loved Kachina's voice.
By the way, where's Citlali? I thought she would come with you.
The Masters of the Night Wind also got attacked, so she went back to help her tribe. She said we can deal with the ancient name later.
Yeah, that makes sense. The attacks are more urgent. All right, this isn't a good place to talk. Let's head back to the tribe.
Aye, aye, Captain. And we are here. Well, I think we will get the Pyro Archon
Looks like a few people were hurt after all.
after
Should've got here sooner.
Mavuika gets a full authority. I don't think Mavuika has her complete authority as a Pyro Archon. She is just a reincarnated god from an anime. I reincarnated myself into the future 500 years to save my nation.
The Abyss threw a lot at us at once. I rushed out as soon as I heard the alarm, and there were already so many monsters. Before long, Kachina brought over a whole group of warriors, and just like that, we destroyed several pylons as a team.
Yep, I'm using my Wi-Fi. Why? What's the issue? My ping seems like 160 to 170 ms maximum, I think. Actually, it also depends upon which type of router you are using. I specifically use
You
a
mean the situation
gaming
in the Night
router.
Kingdom, right? Yeah,
The
I feel the same way. We've managed to keep it a secret all this time, but more and more people are realizing something's wrong.
the range of a gaming router is not that much. I mean, if from a normal router you get around let's say 30 feet of radius, from a gaming router you get around 20 to 25 feet. but the connectivity strength and the ping issue, the lag issue, is so much less when you use a gaming router. They nearly come at a nearby cost. The only thing is that for a familiar use, normal routers work better, but for a gaming use, gaming router kind of actually makes more sense. So I just near my room I have the gaming router set up. So it gave me around 160-65 ms. Initially when I was using a normal tender router, it was around 300 plus mostly all of the time. So it kind of helps with having a Wi-Fi or a router with ping issues.
It's impossible not to feel anxious when things are getting worse by the second, and all we can do is wait.
But yeah, sometimes if you can get a good amount of network connection on your SIM, it can also help a bit. You can check which network provider provides best network services in your area. Like in mine, in Noida, the network connectivity of Airtel is one of the best. So even if I don't use my Wi-Fi, the mobile data from my phone, from my network, is enough to give me less than 200 ping. So it's not actually necessary that you need Wi-Fi. Just make sure that you are using a right network provider in your area. It can give you a good amount of ping. And we still don't know when the final 2 heroes are going to appear. I think one of those heroes is going to be Auroron.
That just means we need to buy the Pyro Archon more time. Keep pushing, everyone. Every battle is worth something.
You really are an eternal optimist, Mualani. You always find a way to cheer people up.
Why, thank you. I guess it's one of my better qualities.
Yep, it's one of your best qualities. You share the cap. Oh, we also shared that with Mualani
So, specifics
and
aside,
Shilonen.
the Pyro Archon confirmed the Gnosis can resolve the crisis, but it comes at a huge price.
And somehow the captain finds out about it, goes to fight the Pyro Archon, and calls her out for having a solution but refusing to use it. Honestly, if he has the same information as us, I can't really blame him.
It's probably because our plan is so risky, we don't even know if the 6 heroes will reunite in time.
We talked to Mavuika before we left the stadium. According to her, the cost of the captain's plan is too high. And, well, it makes sense. If that was truly the better choice, she would have picked it.
Yep.
Yeah, I trust the Pyro Archon. When I was upset about Kachina's disappearance, she was really sincere and patient with me. Plus, she burned down all those precious mementos for Kachina. She's already proven how much she values even a single person's life.
Yep.
When it comes to Natlan's survival, there's no way she would hold back.
I agree. Maybe the captain weighed the costs and came to his own conclusion, but I'm sure we have different priorities.
Yep.
Life is important, but so are history and memory.
I'm on Mavuika's side too.
Everything, but it seemed like she wasn't holding anything back this time.
The next question is, if the captain found a new way to save Natlan, how come the Pyro Archon has never heard of it?
Well, one point is because he has been alive for a very long time, as he's the first Pyro Archon, my assumption. Secondly, I think obviously he belongs to the Fatui. So Fatui have a range of, I mean, you can say a huge amount of network for information. So they might have came across a few or such information that have given some idea. Yep. Isn't he from Shneznaya? Why would the Fatui want to save Natlan? I don't think he's from Shneznaya.
Super confusing.
I mean, even the Alicino who was working with the Fatui actually belonged to the ancient Kandria. That was not at all Shneznaya. So even though they work with the Shneznayan Archon, that does not mean they actually belong to Shneznaya. All the Fatuis are from different places, just working together as a front against the heavenly principles.
We still don't have enough information. Once we figure out what the Fatui are doing, we'll have our answer.
Let's head back then. Mavuika said her intelligence officers should return soon. With how many Fatui there are, someone's bound to give something away.
Yep.
Sounds good. I have a few theories of my own. With a bit more information, we just might get to the bottom of the whole thing.
Okay. Want to join our garrison,
I was
Mualani?
just about to ask. Count me in.
Let's go.
If I was just a bit faster, we could have prevented a few people from getting hurt. People who could help us in the next battle.
Sure. Have your lunch, bro. Bye. Then you should go register right away. It shouldn't take long. Everyone's looking for people. No issue, bro. Take your time.
Register? Nah. I'll just follow you around. You know, go where you go, do what you do.
But okay, but then you have to follow my orders.
You got it. I just don't want to make the trip back. It's so far.
Okay.
Alright. See you all later. Let's get together and celebrate once this is over.
Oh, you betcha!
Come down, man.
Mavuika! Oh, Chatska and Koichi are here! Wait, are you okay, Koichi?
I'm fine. No need to worry.
They ran into the Fatui while out on a mission and decided to follow them.
Okay.
The Fatui?
Calm down and let me explain. Here's what happened.
Okay. Okay, explain. Do something. So we are getting teleported, I think. So
Watch
we
out.
will get POV.
It's the Fatui.
Were they attacked by the Abyss? No, wait. It looks like they're protecting a group of travelers. Over there. Do you see?
You're right. That's a traveling group from Natlan. Could they be trading for something? Let's keep observing for now.
We're glad you're okay. Given the appearance of abyss monsters all over Natlan, you should cancel your journey and seek shelter at the stadium or one of the tribes.
Thank you so much. I wish there was something we could give you.
We don't expect anything in return. We were out on a mission and saw you being attacked. It was our decision to help. If you truly wish to repay the favor, you can keep this a secret. If anyone asks, just say you were saved by warriors from Natlan.
I mean,
we can do that.
I mean, Fatui, I think, are actually not bad people.
Activities. We haven't done anything illegal. Our captain simply wishes to remain undisturbed.
I think the only thing is that
the decision remains yours. If we wanted to keep you quiet, we would have employed a harsher method.
yeah, that's what I think. I mean, Fatui are actually not some sort of a villain. They are not enemy. If I were to give them a name, it kind of goes like anti-hero. They want to take revenge. I mean, the base of Fatui is that they want revenge from the heavenly principles, but that does not mean they want to destroy everything on this planet and on this Tevat. And they are just kind of people who are stiff with their ways, but are not that much of exploiting of people. I mean, obviously they work under an Archon, Saritsa, so they have their own set of rules and system.
Got it. We'll get going now.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that? They mentioned a captain. Isn't that who the Pyro Archon is looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. We could be onto something big.
Okay.
Still, there was no trade. They were just helping people in need. I didn't sense an ulterior motive. I didn't believe the captain when he said he wanted to save Natlan. But based on what we just saw, It's possible he was telling the truth.
Maybe we've been wrong about the Fatui this whole time.
It's too early to say. Let's follow them and see what's really going on.
So this is where they were headed. Looks tricky. It's heavily guarded on all sides.
Koichi, wait for me here. I'll go in and check it out.
Oh, no you don't. How are you planning to get through all the guards?
She'll find a way.
Look, I can use this terrain to my advantage. With our tribe's special way of getting around, I doubt they'll see me coming.
Okay, what's that special way?
We still can't see anything on the inside. What if you can't find cover? You won't have anyone to watch your back if you go in alone.
The more heavily guarded the location, the more valuable the secrets. Even if the captain isn't here, we can still figure out what the Fatui are planning.
Yep.
That intel is worth the risk.
Fine. You're not gonna listen to me anyway, so let me come with you.
That's even more risky. You've been running around saving people for days. You're already at your limit. I'm confident I can protect myself. I'm not sure you can say the same. At least right now.
Yep, she's already recovering from what happened to her.
You really believe that?
Fine, don't believe me. But you can't honestly tell me infiltrating a heavily guarded Fatui hideout all on your own sounds more reasonable.
Yep.
You know, growing up, even if I insisted on doing something, it never gave you any trouble. I'm not...
All right. If we start arguing, this will never end. We can't let this opportunity go to waste.
Guess that means I win. Don't worry.
Right.
Okay, let's go.
Same plan as usual. We split up, communicate with hand signals, make sure our blind spots are covered, and support each other once we strike. Got your ropes?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Too much talking.
The Fatui have eyes all over this place. I should wait for Koichi's signal. Now.
Go. I like this little gameplay style that we are getting.
Not sure how many chances I'm gonna get. I need to act. Good. I made it without getting caught. I should get to that platform over there. But it's guarded by the Fatui. Koichi should have line of sight. I'll wait for her signal.
Okay. Don't tell me she is going to fall down from the tree because of rain and water.
That's it. Now's my chance.
Quickly approach the area underneath the platform.
It's no use staying in one place. I should keep moving. Looks like Chaska is helping me by keeping an eye on the Fatui movements. I'll wait for her signal. Time to move.
Go.
That was close. can't make it over in one go. I'll wait for my next chance. Now's my chance. I made it! That'll show my sister. Let's see. The Fatui's occupying all the best locations. If we could just get past them somehow. Wait, I've got it!
What is it? Capybara?
What's that noise? Did something explode? Oh, it stinks!
It's a spell bomb. Smell
What the
bomb.
heck is that? What do you think you're doing? I could ask you the same thing.
Good, they're arguing. Looks like they just needed an excuse. They've probably had enough of the people on the hill over there left to help their comrades. Come get me, Chaska. I hope she gets this hand signal.
She is not going to come get
That's
you.
Koichi's signal. Smart idea. Alright, time to move. Give me your hand, quick.
Yep.
Coming! I checked, and this way is completely clear. It should lead us to the deepest part of this place.
Okay. What is that device?
Well, I was pretty helpful, right? You know, everyone usually jumps at the chance to work with me. Not my own sister, though. No, she avoids me like her life depends on it.
I was wrong, Koichi. You've done well.
Wait, you're just gonna admit it? Now I look like the mean one.
Let's focus on the task at hand. We're in the heart of enemy territory. The more time we waste, the more dangerous this becomes.
Yep.
All right. If you're not gonna take the bait, then I'll drop it. Looks like the Fatui are here to dig something up. I'm surprised they mobilized this many people. I doubt it's because they're interested in our culture and history.
It seems like they're looking for a dragon relic called the Source Mechanism.
Okay.
The device is ancient. Barely any information survives to this day. And even people from Natlan don't know how to use it. Why would this be the Fatui's target?
Again, anything ancient. Everything is pointing that whatever Fatui knows is from a very long period of time before.
Not bad. Looks like it's in good shape. This should be what our Lord's looking for.
Yep, then that's what Capitano is looking for. He is from the past, man.
Enough. Come on, let's get this thing back.
Back? Back where? Should we keep following?
You really want to keep going?
Of course. We make a good team, don't you think? No reason to stop now.
Yep.
What was that sound?
Uh-oh. We've been spotted. Time to go.
Yep.
Falling rock incoming! Watch out for your gadget!
What? You'll regret that!
After them. And they ran away. So that's all that happened.
Once we got them off our tail, we went back to observe some more. They'd collected several identical pieces of something. It looked like they were waiting, though. So we decided to come back.
So, Koichi got injured trying to get them off your tail?
She fall down.
She pushed herself too hard and collapsed on the way back to the stadium.
Well, I didn't cause you any trouble while we were fighting, right? So...
You've done very well. I could make a comment on knowing your limits, but it's not my place.
I know. I'm already reflecting on my actions.
It's okay.
So, our current intel suggests the Fatui is after the source mechanism. The device is a complete mystery. even to us. What does the captain want with it?
I have no idea. But it's safe to assume the device could serve a similar purpose to the Gnosis. Shilonen, I need you to gather every scholar in Natlan familiar with the secret source.
Yeah, I'll get right on it.
Okay.
Thank you both for your hard work. Koichi, it's time for you to get some rest. Oh, and there are gifts from your patients waiting at the speaker's chamber. I've prepared a small gift of my own as a token of gratitude. I'll send it to your home along with the others.
Yep.
My patience. That's so nice of them.
I'm doing
You
something
don't need
right.
to give us anything, Archon. We were just doing our duty for Natlan. I should take Koichi home now.
Yep. Spend some time with her.
Well, if Koichi doesn't want her favorite Saurus crackers, then...
I accept. Thank you, Archon.
What am I gonna do with you?
There's some for the rest of you as well.
They are just
They're one of my favorites
so
too,
lovely
don't be
together,
shy.
man. They're literally so lovely together.
I'll start investigating the source mechanism right away. If I learn anything, you'll be the first to know.
Nope.
Yummy snacks!
Mavuika is so amazing as an Archon. Like a true leader, but also someone so powerful. True powerful leader. Okay, for that I have been sitting for a long time. Just a 10-second stretch before we start again. Hi everybody. Yep, I generally don't do live stream that much, but it comes to point when we are talking about
How many forging commissions do I still have to finish? Let's
Chronicles
see.
and
One,
the Archon Quest. That's when I generally do a live stream.
oh,
So yeah, I am going to the live stream, and it's nice to see you back again. Stretching is as much important while playing a game. So if you are sitting for too long, make sure that you stretch every hour or so. It keeps your body fresh, and you also don't get any side effects like neck pain, back pain from continuously sitting for a long time. So if you do play, generally after an hour or so, take a little bit time to give your body some rest. And yeah, hi Rupali, seeing you after a very long time. How are you doing? Okay, so I'm supposed to go here. Where is the path? Let's take this one. I'll come back later for this chest. So I am currently at Nearly, I assume it's been nearly 3 hours since I started the Act-3. So I think it's safe to assume I am just in half an hour or so away from this Act-3 ending.
I'm taking Koichi home, with our parents there to keep an eye on her. I can make sure she actually rests.
Hey, it's not like I'm some kind of prisoner. I'll be fine in a day or two. There's no need to go all the way home.
Yep.
That's what you always say. Everything's no big deal until you collapse. What if the Abyss attacks again? You're saying if I let you rest in a hotel, you're not going to rush out the minute you hear the alarm?
She will go out.
I won't. Triple promise I won't.
And that's the face of the people who lie.
Fine. On the off chance something like that were to happen, I might.
Yep.
But I'm a doctor. I have a duty to help people in need, no matter how hard or tiring the work gets.
Obviously, we need you, so you need to look after yourself too.
I guess you're right. But I don't have to like it.
This reminds Paimon of when we first met. Except you were the one trying to stop Chaska from doing something dangerous.
I'd do the same for anyone trying to put their life in danger. As a doctor, I don't want people to get hurt because of a rash decision.
Then try to see things from my perspective. You clearly want to protect your patients. So can't you understand why your own sister would feel the same way about you?
Yep, makes sense.
Two of you are the same, you know?
I disagree. I understand the risks and costs of my decisions.
She too,
Who wants to be
Casca.
like her? Overconfident, always making excuses when things go wrong.
And that's the face of siblings who love each other.
That's just not true.
You think I don't have proof?
Okay, don't get into another fight. Just pretend Paimon never said anything.
Don't worry, Paimon. You didn't do anything wrong. Arguing is just how we communicate. Neither of us really takes it to heart.
Yep.
Plus, I guess we are similar in some ways.
But I learned that
We're
from her.
family. I can't
Okay,
help but
talking.
You don't have to put it that way.
Okay.
So, you're all good now?
Yep, this is probably
Neither of
normal
us are
for
really
them.
the type to back down. So we'll always have our differences.
Plus, I know you'll wake up one day and realize...
Be my guest. Come on.
Yep.
See you later,
Bye
Trevor.
bye.
I'll be...
There's no rush. At least grab a nice meal with your family.
See you later. Bye bye. Ah man, sometimes this much talking actually irritates me so much.
Those two will probably make up for real at some point, right? Well, we've learned a lot. Let's go over everything that we know so far.
So are we getting into detective mode now? Okay. You and Paimon try to analyze the captain's goal. You feel like you are trying to get near any answer. Sitlali.
Sorry for popping up out of nowhere. Again.
Why do you look so awkward? Oh, is there something you need from us?
Okay, I won't beat around the bush. Oh, and I'm sorry for interrupting your rest. I'll treat you to some charcoal grilled steak to make up for it.
Oh.
Awesome! Just give us your orders.
You already have Paimon with
Hey,
food.
friends don't order each other around. I'm just here to share some news. Remember what we talked about before parting ways?
Oh, we talked about a lot of things.
Oh yeah, you mentioned how Auroron has always wanted to save Natlan.
About that.
Something about his soul being fragmented.
Yep.
Paimon and the Traveler discussed it after you left, and we think Auroron is probably back with the Captain. What do you think?
I agree with your hypothesis. And just now, I confirmed it myself.
Okay, how?
Auroron came back. He helped the Masters of the Nightwind defend our camp.
What? He came back?
Would you
I
say
told him
anything?
to give up whatever he's doing, but he refused. He said they're just one step away from success, so there's no way he can back out now. Apparently, he came back to fulfill his duty to our tribe. When he left, he said it was because he still has a duty to Natlan as a whole.
I'm not surprised you let him go at all.
I had to
Obviously,
prioritize
she
my
couldn't
tribe.
stop him at that time.
Besides, the situation was intense. I couldn't focus on outside and inside threats at the same time. Plus, he was on guard. He knew I would try to go after him, so he made sure to keep his distance. I kept an eye out for a good opportunity.
But it never came.
All these years of calling me Granny. and I couldn't do a single thing for him in the end.
It's okay. It's going to be okay. Don't be too hard on yourself, Citlali. Yep. Yep.
You're right. Seeing him come back reminded me of when he was little. Running around the tribe, dropping by random houses right and left. He's not only a child of the Masters of the Nightwind, but a child of Natlan. It's only natural for a child to want to do something for their family.
Yep.
Besides, Auroron is my apprentice. He might have a few tricks up his sleeve, but I guarantee I know every single one.
Wait, what are you saying?
She put a tracker or something on him?
Remember how I said Auroron's soul is fragmented? This is the talisman I created to keep it stable.
Okay.
And this gem is what makes the talisman work. It just so happens that Auroron is due for a gem replacement. Since I can't get close to him, I put the new gem in a supply bag and asked Aoife to bring it to him. You guys know Aoife, right? No? Well, he's a pretty famous vet around these parts.
I happen to be very good friends with
Aoife
Auroron.
doesn't know what's going on, so he agreed, no questions asked. Auroron would find the gem as soon as he opened the bag. He knows how important it is, so I knew he would make the switch. He probably suspected that I tampered with it. But here's the catch. The trick is on the bag. The moment he touched it, a portion of his memories were copied onto the old gem, which he no longer needed.
Okay.
That's amazing. You can do something like that?
Most people can't, but I can. That trick he used to bring you to the Night Kingdom isn't anything special, by the way. My technique is much more subtle. He won't notice anything.
He will notice. He's with the
So in
Fatui.
other words, we have a whole backup of Auroron's memories in this gem.
The kid thinks he can take me on? Like I wasn't the one who taught him everything he knows?
That's amazing, Citlali. Let's take a look right away.
Once we get to the bottom of this, we can finally track him down.
I don't think it's going to be that easy. It seems like a reverse
I
trap.
know he thinks of me as his grandma, but...
Huh, that's a tough question. Paimon doesn't have a grandma,
It's
so
possible.
she's
Family
not
disagrees, but as his family, you have to do this.
To be honest,
Hi, Tane.
I've always doubted my ability to look after him. I didn't stop the ceremony all those years ago, and now I'm useless again.
Yep, Citlali's again as well.
But if I
We are
stop
again
here,
with this Citlali and
it will help me until
Auroron.
I'm 500 years old. Every night I'll wake up in a fit of anger.
And they start freaking out.
I don't scare that easy. Still, if I back away from this and something happens to Auroron, I would never forgive myself.
Yep.
I need to look at his memory. Even if he resents me, refuses to see me, or runs away, I don't care. And I won't blame him.
Okay, just do with the memory. Stop talking.
Did you just say you'll come with me?
It's like I have been 3 hours of just she blabbering.
Right, we need leads on the Fatui.
Yep.
You... fine.
Don't worry, we're perfect.
Then I...
Okay, let's go.
Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready. Okay, so
Look how
Auroron was...
good you're doing. You'll grow into nice big radishes in the future. And you? Aoife says you're taking up too much space, but I think you're a good tree.
Okay,
Hey,
next.
How's it going, Auroron?
Okay, next.
Good. How are you, Uncle Okanbi?
Ah, can't complain. What you up to? Naming your vegetables again?
I'm seriously not interested in Auroron's backstory. Just show me the
some
important
idle
stuff
conversation.
about Capitano and Abyss or something.
Sounds fascinating. What did they say?
If I want to know about Auroron, I will wait for his release and his story quest or chronicles. I spend all my time for the Archon Quest.
Some produce with you.
Give me Archon Quest content.
Only. By the way, I ran into Aoife yesterday. He told...
No, don't worry. I've already wrapped your share of the produce.
You really knew I was coming.
Light up the smoke, and you can see the path through the shadow.
Hey, have you seen that strange...
Appeared out of nowhere? I don't think so.
It's the Fatui. Their leader seems like a big deal. He didn't bring many men with him, but they're all elite warriors. If you run into them...
Yep, be careful.
You're from the Masters of the Nightwind.
Finally, Captain.
Why do you live here alone?
Yep, it's Genshin.
I enjoy living by myself out in the wild.
Okay.
I guess you're from the Fatui. One everyone's calling a big deal.
Not an inaccurate description. I'm looking for someone who may be known to you. Citlali is her name.
Granny? What does an Outlander want with her? I've heard the name. You have business with her?
Yep. They always like to beat around the
There's no point to further
bushes.
questioning if you insist on hiding things from me. I shall seek answers elsewhere.
Oh, he could tell I was lying, and now he's leaving? He gave up just like that? Hey! At least tell me why you're looking for Citlali.
It's none of your concern. I have my own means of tracking her down.
I don't like the sound of your tracking her down.
What does she have to do with them? I can't just let them go like this. I have to figure out what they're planning.
So now he will follow back Capitano? The Captain.
They've just been studying the ley lines and asking for leads on Granny. We can definitely rule out some sort of invasion.
The situation has seen no true improvement. The Pyro Archon did not fulfill her promise.
My lord!
Ignore him. He is no threat.
He knows I'm following him, but he doesn't seem to care. He's strong, I can tell. But there's something unusual about him, and also familiar in some way. I can't describe it.
What is it?
My lord, I feel dizzy.
A ley line disturbance. Certain presences have been forced to wander outside their rightful realm.
Oh. He just corrected the ley line disturbances.
That was a spell from the Masters of the Nightwind. How did he know that? Is he sending those escaped souls back into the ley lines?
Okay, that was something new.
How did he do that so easily? Soulfaring is supposed to be extremely difficult. This could be related to why he's searching for Granny.
I feel much better. Thank you, my lord.
So he also kinda related
nothing of it.
to the Soul
Stay
Masters.
vigilant and continue to gather information. The Abyss could attack at any moment. If you notice any irregularities, assume drill formation and be prepared to fight.
Yep.
However, there's no reason to over-engage. Information is our first priority.
Yes, sir.
Why are the Fatui fighting against the Abyss? Do they really mean us no harm?
Nope. Oh, I kinda like the symbol on the bottom right. Related to Auroron's, the gem that she's using.
I've been following him this whole time and still they ignore me? Do they really not care?
Bro, that's his plan. They are luring you.
Subordinates referred to him as the captain. Never heard of him before. And now he's headed to the stadium. That's unusual. Oh, what is he gonna do?
You two, with me. Everyone else, wait here as instructed. Send word to the other teams to retreat immediately if this fails.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
He's going inside? But the Pyro Archon is in there. What does he want with her?
Forgive me, my lord. Allow me to check one more time. Do you truly wish to do this?
The time for idle observation is over. It now falls on me to act.
So I think at this time,
This nation is out of time.
Auroron actually kidnaps Capitano. I mean, this seems like a real far-fetched thing, Auroron kidnapping Capitano, because we knew at this time Mavuika will fight with Capitano and make him weak.
He just walked straight into the stadium.
So
What is he gonna do?
we will get into a situation where he's kind of weaker. So that will give him some
They're both incredibly strong.
time.
How long will they have to fight until someone comes out on top? Wait, this feeling. Just like the other day near the ley lines. It's faint. Like a soul's trying to escape. Where is it coming from? Is that why he's looking for Granny? If he dies here, then all clues will be lost.
Yep.
I can't let that happen.
So he kinda kidnaps Capitano to get answers. Nice way we are going towards. Yep. Bro is literally using 1000 IQ.
As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to. You don't have much time. And you're injured on top of that.
You don't have much
What are you
time?
going to do next?
So it seems like Capitano is dying as well.
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be.
So is he related
You
to Natlan's
heard
situation
something
as
from me,
well?
didn't you?
Okay. Something serious?
No need to force yourself. I've never seen anyone match the Pyro Archon in battle before.
I didn't expect you to intervene at such a critical moment.
You know I've been following you. Why didn't you stop me?
When walking in the forest, it is only natural to encounter wild beasts. However, not every beast has the courage to come out and bite.
And yet, one of those very beasts saved your life.
Yep.
Then speak. What do you want?
I didn't save you because I wanted something. My soul is more perceptive than others. I can sense that the ley lines are extremely weak. I don't know what the Pyro Archon is planning. Can she really save us? The questions you asked her just now, well, I've had very similar doubts. So, I felt like I had to help you.
So shouldn't you ask that question to her instead of asking to
So,
someone else?
You can tell the truth. That was quite a reckless decision to make. I'm not sure you realize that.
There's no turning back for me now. What I did back there is going to get me in a lot of trouble. You attacked the Pyro Archon in broad daylight, and I used my spell to save you. A single glance was likely all it took for her to recognize my tribe.
Yep.
So, we're in the same boat.
Seem to care little for my thoughts on the matter.
It's too late for that. Start from the beginning. Why are you looking for Citlali? Do you know her?
Explain your relation to her first. I know you two are acquainted. It was obvious the moment I mentioned her name.
Citlali is my elder and my teacher. She taught me everything I know. It's my duty to protect her.
If you truly wish to protect her, you should have let me perish at the Pyro Archon's hand. Yet, you chose otherwise. Do I really need to tell you what that means?
I want to do something to change Natlan for the better. Something I can accomplish with my own two hands. You're stranger than anyone I've ever met. But maybe, just maybe, you can show me the way.
Okay, so just because he's kinda affiliated with the Soul Winds, Capitano, he thinks that
Strange.
he can find some sort of a relation and working with him.
Is said to be the legendary Granny Eastly, someone capable of communicating with the Wyab. and the Wyab are the key to information on the Night Kingdom.
Why do you need knowledge on the Night Kingdom?
That is not something you need to know.
Don't forget, I saved your life.
Do you not believe the Fatui capable of betraying a debt?
People can lie, but souls cannot. I can tell there's a weight to your soul, a sense of justice.
Okay.
You may not live among your tribe, but you certainly know their tricks. I apologize for my rash judgment. You are more capable than I imagined. Let's go. We'll see if you have what it takes to join my plan.
Okay, so what really happened is that he thought that by working with Capitano, he can find a way to save Natlan, as he's already in so much guilt that
I see.
He couldn't complete that.
Interesting approach.
Worth trying, I think.
Rather than weaving a net to protect the ley lines, this method would address the root problem by reconstructing the ley lines themselves.
Loom of Fate? Are we talking about the Loom of Fate? But wasn't it destroyed? The only thing capable of weaving the loom of the ley lines is the Loom of Fate. But I think it got destroyed before.
Traveler, Paimon, are you two alright?
Paimon's fine, just,
I'm fine. Are you okay, Sitlali?
Of course.
So we're getting the Loom of Fate back.
I'm so mad at him. After everything, he still can't let go of the past.
I can understand how it feels.
For some reason, he thinks he owes something to the people who cared for him. Now that he's all grown up, he thinks no one can tell him what to do. He thinks he can just run away whenever he wants. I'll show him. If he tries to run one more time, he's got another thing coming.
Maybe stubbornness runs in the family. Like grandmother, like grandson, as they say.
Is that supposed to be a compliment? Anyway, back to what we just saw. I don't even know what to make of it.
Yeah, the captain seriously wants to reconstruct the ley lines? What does it even mean? Something like the loom
Yep,
of
like I
fate?
said.
But how does it help with the abyss?
So, Loom of the Fate.
The Loom of Fate?
Yep.
Oh, it's kind of hard to explain. Basically, it's a device from Conrail that has unbelievable power.
Which our sibling is making.
Anyway, if he really wants to manipulate the ley lines, everyone in Natlan will be affected.
He's serious. It lines up with everything that he said before. Angry old granny. He tried to seize the Gnosis for the same purpose.
Which means the captain has been honest from the very beginning. Auroran's memory proves that.
Why is he so obsessed with saving Natlan? Oh, we've got to tell Mavuika about this right away.
Yes, she needs to know about this.
Okay, let's
now.
go. So, okay, we are able to reach Mavuika. I thought we are going to be... Okay, so Act 3 ends here. So, we actually got through with the... what was it? Sitlali's and Auroron's story quest. And that's how it just happened. It just ended. We got to know a lot of information about Sitlali and Auroron. I mean, we got a lot of information about Sitlali and Auroron. It literally seemed like a story quest of those both. But we, in between all of those, we got some little bit new information that Mavuika has an emergency plan. In that case, the hero's plan doesn't work. The plan says that using the pyronosis, they can use all of the souls trapped in the Night Kingdom to weave some sort of a net to protect the Night Kingdom and save them from the what was it, abyssal corrosion. So they will, that's how they will protect. But in the method, all of the souls trapped in the Night Kingdom will be used as a sacrifice. So Mavuika is keeping it as a last ditch effort. We found out from Capitano that Capitano is actually on a way to save Natlan, and he also have some another plan for which he's looking for some sort of a source control machine, and from which he wants to rewrite the ley lines, reconstruct the ley lines, that functionality that is similar to the Loom of Fate that the Abyss is working on. So it kinda makes sense that and obviously Auroron is guilty of what happened before, with him not being able to go through the was some sort of a event that could save all of Natlan, but it didn't end it successfully. So he have a guilt on his shoulder. That's why he's having Capitano finding a way to save Natlan. And yep, that's all the basics about Natlan's Archon Quest we got about in this story, and it took 3 hours for that. 3 hours for a 2-minute story. That's what happened here. All other things, what relationship between Auroron and Citlali and all, it was so boring. I hope that Act 4 actually gave us something new. It's also named The Rainbow Destined to Burn. And also I will continue with the Act 4. I will start at 4 PM. I am getting a little lunch break. I have been sitting for so long. So I will start another live stream at 4 PM, and that will be of the Act 4. So until that time, have a great time. See you again. Bye bye.